Wow, that's still there. Hello. Sorry, running a little bit late. I keep thinking I really want to start these streams with good morning, fish fam. And then I remember it's not morning for you guys, but it is morning for us. So let me just fix this bit. Get rid of the brand. Hide. There it is. Gone. That's much better. I can see you all now. No, I can't see anything. Let's first just say hey to everybody that's here. Thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. Griffin Fish Room, Galaz Fish Tanks, GRB. The 30-minute reminder worked. I know. It's so weird how it doesn't work sometimes and works sometimes other times. 3 waiting, 9 likes. Way to go. That's awesome. Dr. Black. Where are you? I'll get into that in a second. Candy, how are you? Wonder Mod. D Fish NZ, how are you? First fish chat I've ever made it to. First chat I've ever made it to live. Been a long time watcher. Awesome. Welcome. Chat with everybody and everyone make D Fish NZ feel welcome like we always do. Cichlids Aquarium Keeper, how are you? Cichlids 23. Hello and goodbye. Well, for 30 minutes, my dad's heater went out and he's super cold. Well, good luck with that, Cichlids 23. We'll probably still be going in 30 minutes. Griffin, HC Aqua. How are you, Jesse? Jesse. Oh, I'll tell you shortly. I'll tell you what I did last night. But I tried one of the cigars. They're big. Cooker111, how are you? Hope you're feeling well today. Glass fish tanks again. Jesse got bored and started playing video games. Jill, Green Terror Keeper, how are you? The whole thing just went up. Chevy Fish. Pabs, Duncan the Drunken Discus Fish. I love that. Fish Tank Barn, how are you? So, while I'm saying hello to everybody and trying to catch up on what you guys are chatting about, where are you, Dr. Black? And where are you, Thirsty Rabbit? My tip is Thirsty's asleep because it sounds like he pulled an all-nighter. Don't know what he was doing. And last night I saw Dr. Black was on pretty late. Hey, Aquaballs, I missed you. And Alice. Yeah, last night I saw Dr. Black was on for like 3.5 hours with Scunge Princess, and they were doing their awesome music stuff. But I couldn't really join you. I went to a rodeo. We had a rodeo like literally 1 street away from me, which was really handy. So we were umming and ahhing whether to go for multiple reasons. What are your opinions on rodeos? Do you guys enjoy them? Do you loathe them? And I kind of would have thought it's something that's more prominent in America and Canada than it is in Australia. And so they have like the Yarra Valley Rodeo, which they do once a year. Sorry, I'm just reading the back here. The committee would like to sincerely thank you and our many volunteers for supporting the Yarra Valley Rodeo. We understand the past few weeks have been extremely emotional for everyone with the bushfires. Along with supporting Rett Syndrome Association of Australia, we will also, in conjunction with the Lilydale Football Club, be contributing funds from today's event towards the Bushfire Emergency Wildlife Fund through Zoos Victoria. Thank you for your patronage, and we ask you please put every rubbish in the bin. So that was really cool. So they were supporting again, another way with the Bushfire Emergency Wildlife Fund through Zoos Victoria. So that's one that I hadn't actually heard of. And yeah, definitely good. But what have we got here? GRB likes the radios. Father Fish, how are you? Yeehaw. Zen Ginger. Unfiltered Aquarist. I can't see you, but someone's saying hello to you. There you are. So a few of you have been, and it felt sort of like a weird American sort of thing. Well, ever heard of Calgary Stampede Acclimate? No, I haven't. But what is that? Is that an event or is that something bad that happened? Rodeo is more of a Western United States thing. Yeah, so it's probably more a Northern Australian thing. Yeah, anyway, Dr. Black was doing that, and then he jumped on and did another stream. And I was like, he's going again. And I was like, oh no, he's not going to make it to the stream today. And then he proved me wrong because he's here.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thanks. I made it. I did make it.
You did. He's actually, Black sent me a message with 5 minutes to go, and I was like, I'm still eating breakfast. Send me the link, and then I sent it to him, and then I came back, and he still wasn't there, so I didn't know what was going on.
I think I by doing so much streaming last night, I think I might have confused the computer, because when I did follow that link to go into the StreamYard, the camera and microphone settings were all disabled, so I couldn't actually log on. So I had to restart the computer to fix it.
Where are you? And also Mad Fish Stever, Tim Gay, and Fisher and Fever. How are you? Welcome. Oh, and UPS, living the dream. I miss it. No.
And good day, all
videos or.
I'm at Sarah's house to answer your previous question.
Just in a different location from the usual. Usually you're up on the deck, yeah?
Yeah, we've mixed it up a bit, because normally if I go out on the deck, it's really hard to actually get to see my face on camera. I get shrouded by light, and we're kind of expected that it was going to be all cloudy and stuff today. And as you can see behind me, the sun is actually blaring, but it's still a bit cloudy. We've just lucked out and got a gap.
It is magical today, the weather. I went out, so I do the streams from the garage where the fish tanks are at the back, and I had to move my wife's car out, and I went, I feel like I'm on holidays. It's like that sort of sunny, warm morning. It's beautiful. Where I just saw Pond and More. Welcome, Amateur Aquatics, Aquafunk. How are you?
Cooker's in here.
And Sand Creek Aquatics.
I was going to say, yes. I didn't say g'day to Cooker, but I actually haven't said g'day to anyone, have I? So g'day, everyone. I'll simplify it and say g'day to everyone in one hit, one fell swoop. Hope everyone.
Yeah. So Thirsty Rabbit was. Well, I don't know. He may still join us at some stage. I don't really have a time limit today, so we can hang out as long as you guys are happy to hang out. But he puts a message. We've got like a Aussie Fish fam sort of group on Hangouts. Really good way for us to sort of support each other, stay in touch, ask ideas. And Thirsty put something up at like 3:20 in the morning. And then I saw something at 9 o'clock, and he's like, I still haven't gone to bed yet. I'm going to go try and have a quick sleep. I'm like, he's not going to wake up. But if he does, that will be good. Bipolar Aquatics, Mr. B, welcome. Guppy Frenzy. There's a whole lot of people coming in. Welcome. We appreciate it. So what's news? I've got a couple of things to talk about, but let's talk about you instead of me.
I don't know. Have I got any news?
What's happened since you last streamed to now?
In that 7-hour gap or whatever it was. Yeah, not a lot. There was a little bit of sleep. Did a couple of crosswords. Did some crosswords. Listened to a podcast and fell asleep. Woke up, had coffee, jumped in the pool, came and sat down here.
What podcast?
I was listening to Rogan.
Yeah, which one?
I finished up the Robert Downey Jr. one, and I think I fell asleep. Who was after him? Bill Maher, I think.
Bill Maher. I listened to all of that yesterday because I had to work yesterday and do a lot of driving. So I just put that on and then drove around, and I ended up finishing it.
I think
I'm not a big fan of Bill Maher, but I did there's nothing endearing to me about him that in his work that I'm like, I'd like to know more about that guy. But when I was talking, I was like, he's a smart guy, and he's a unique sort of character. And I don't know.
A different kind of environment for him when he's being interviewed instead of being the interviewer.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to start that one again because I don't even remember a single sentence from it.
No, definitely. I think it was pretty good. And one of the bits I was talking about was social media and people, that have committed suicide or something over being bombarded on social media, obviously in super extreme circumstances. I don't know any of those stories, but they were talking about it and just saying, don't read the comments. If you're a famous person and you put something out there and you scroll through the comments, someone's going to be like, you're a piece of shit or whatever. And it doesn't matter how many people or whatever. So effectively, I mean, we all call them trolls or haters, but it sort of made me think, I'm like, but I know I'm not famous, but part of putting myself out there on social media is enjoying seeing people comment and conversing and sharing ideas and that sort of thing. I was thinking as well, I've been keeping fish for 26 years now, or on and off, but I've learnt way more in this last year than any of those, probably even total, I don't know, maybe half of it I've learned before, and I'm probably doubled the knowledge a little bit because this is a group where you can talk and share and get ideas and see what other people are doing. And
Definitely.
yeah, imagine just, I don't know, I couldn't imagine putting myself out there and going, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I don't give a crap what you say about it or think about it, and I'm going to do it again. I don't know. It's like a total different mindset. And I'm sure there are YouTubers out there that I can see they've got 20,000 subscribers and they'll have a video with 15,000 views and there'll be no comments, or 2 comments or 3 comments or something. There's no interaction. But yeah, went on a bit of a ramble there, but
I think also it's the kind of this hobby. It's the kind of when you do have more knowledge, it makes it easier to learn more knowledge. At first everything can seem quite overwhelming and difficult to soak up, but once you start soaking up the knowledge, potentially it conditions your brain to start soaking up more knowledge, something like that.
I think
maybe.
So. Sorry, you're a bit quiet. I'm just like, I need to turn you up. I can't hear you.
Is that just at your end? Because I can potentially tweak things here.
No, it's just me. I just had the speakers on half. I didn't realize. Harry's been playing Mega Aquarium non-stop, and that music now. And he walks away, and the music doesn't stop. So the computer's just sitting there going. I'm like, turn it down.
There's probably a setting for that,
Yeah, just
pardon me.
Unplug the computer. So I'm trying to catch up on the YouTube chat because I find it a bit easy sometimes. So when people, what do you call it? Then they tag you and your name comes up red. Acclimate that beard though. Thank you. I need to shave it off, I think.
No way. Wasn't I only just telling you the other day how banging it's looking? I'm jealous of that stuff, man. That's choice.
It's bizarre. It doesn't grow very well on the sides.
Yeah, but around here is where it counts, where the mustache and the flavor saver and all that stuff joins up.
And the one that is different colors.
Multicolor's good. At least you got shades of ginger. Mine's just salt and pepper.
Straight
onto the count. Well done, you mob.
So I tried this last night.
Always rely on this crew to count my burps for me now. It just seems to be a thing.
Oh, is that what it was? I was like, what's one? I missed something. Yeah, Jesse gave me these. I tried one last night, and I mean, I enjoyed it, but I was smoking that thing for 15 minutes, and I only got up to the label, Jesse. So
wow,
I'll try that again, but I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my ability. I used to smoke.
Oh, crikey, that's quite warm under the fingers. Sorry. Thanks.
What is? Oh. What's that?
It's food.
What's that taste like?
It's like it's quite hot, so I will just let that sit for a moment. It's some eggs with some baby spinach and zucchini and cherry tomatoes, some
Yum.
onion. I think I said zucchini. Maybe some and some cheese stuffed capsicum sliced up and thrown through there as well. My
Nice.
I nearly just dribbled spit out of my mouth because I'm salivating. But if I eat that right now, it'll burn my childlike mouth, and I don't like that feeling. G'day,
You
Scott back
tried
up. Big J, how are yous? Drama D. I don't think it
Jess,
was
your
too
granny.
strong for him, Jesse. I think it just, 15 minutes of smoking for most people sort of puts them sideways if they're not a smoker.
Oh, sorry. Were you talking about the
Yeah, HC
cigar?
Aqua asked you if it was too strong.
No, like it was enjoyable. It was good actually. Even my wife had some, and she doesn't smoke. Well, I mean, I don't smoke either anymore. No,
That's
I'd be
right.
like, I'd
You're a
puff
reformed
away
smoker.
on it. Yeah, I quit about 9 months ago.
Forgot about that.
I'll have like an occasional one. I know you smoke, and Sarah smokes, doesn't she?
Yeah, she doesn't smoke as much as me though. I'm a little bit of a heavy smoker, I guess.
I'm a bit nervous about hanging out with you guys. That I'll be like, I'm gonna have a cigarette.
Well, I guess
I'll have
in
mine
those
every
sort of situations, it's difficult to, it's all right when you're sitting outside somewhere where you can just roll up and have a durry whenever you want. But, when we're going to be spending most of our time indoors and whatnot, you can't just, what's the word I'm thinking of? It diminishes your desire to wander off 400 meters just to go and find somewhere to have a cigarette, It's kind of
Yeah.
good for you.
Budget Aquarist, Mark, Big Easy, and Fish Kid Jake, welcome. Redfish, Bluefish. I feel like I'm 20 minutes in and I'm just shouting everybody out because everyone's coming in drips and drabs. Hello, Harry. What are you doing?
Harry!
Harry's going to go stay with his grandma and grandpa. School holidays down here. Is it school holidays up there? No, it's not, is it?
Yeah, we're still school holidays.
This is literally the same hat.
Literally.
They breed, they multiply.
Kind of looks a slightly different shape.
It's a flexi fit, and this is a snapback.
Yeah, right. I struggle with baseball hat styles to get one that actually fits this bloody nonce that's so big.
I've got a big head too. Like, oh no, that's not too bad. But yeah, my size is. Oh, my hair's crazy.
Like that.
My head size is an odd size, so it's very hard to find fitted caps that work.
If I get a full size baseball hat and it like barely fits, barely even comes down to my ears, and it looks like a child's hat on my head.
I just put a question up from the Budget Aquarist saying, how old is everybody? He is 56.
I'm 66. That's,
66. D down the wormhole. I always miss you because you stream at 3 o'clock in the morning our time, but awesome to see you. Hope you're well. I've got your sticker on the fridge over there. Thank you again. I'm pretty sure I've thanked you, but if I haven't, I'm 34. Yeah, 34. I'm going to be 35. I reckon the older you get, the more you got to think about how old you are.
You sure do.
You got to count.
I have to do the maths half the time. It's only that I recently had a birthday that I remember how old I've turned, but give me another month and I'll be doing the maths again. Yeah, Candy's all over it. Sarah hates me in hats.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think one day I might be able to find a hat that she'll enjoy me wearing, but almost every hat I've ever worn in front of her makes her go, or something like that,
I don't know, actually. I think my wife said, don't wear a hat, looks silly. And then I was like, Okay, took it off and then put a hat back on because I probably just forgot, and she probably gave up on telling me I look silly, or she just got used to me looking silly.
Yeah, I think potentially the better halves only like a hat on you if they buy it for you or find it for you or choose it for you.
Yeah. I've got this weird thing, like, you know, some people like obsessed with shoes and all that sort of stuff. This is my third or fourth 49ers hat. I try and get one every year, which sounds stupid, but I wear them so much that they just become, I don't know, they become pretty yucky. So I'm like, yeah, if I keep persisting with that, I'm going to throw it out. And also, it's fun to have a shiny new hat. So we've got a few ages here. We've got, sorry, I'm scrolling up to the first answer. Well, that was you, 66. I'm 34. GRB's 53. So I think GRB holds the record for oldest Australian fish tuber. Is that right?
That we know of, yeah.
Yeah. Fish Room Fever's 33. Redfish, Bluefish is 122. That's good going, Redfish, Bluefish. What's the letter from the Queen say when you get? Do you get that in America as well? No, they're not.
No.
Under the. Oh, we'll see. We get that from the Queen if we turn 100. So Blackie's only. If you add me and Blackie together, we would have one. 43 Sand Creek. 33 Griffin, 52 Tim. So Tim's like another Aussie fish tuber, and he's chasing you, GRB.
Don't try hard at Tim. You might catch him one day.
Yeah, don't rest your laurels. You might. HCAC with 31. Tinra stopped counting after 20. That's a good idea. UPSer 36. Am I saying that right? UPSer?
Yeah, I think it means he works for UPS. Maybe. Unless UPS is some other acronym that I'm not familiar with. But he's obviously proud of his job if he's, calling his YouTube channel after his job. Or alternatively, he's doing crazy stuff on his YouTube channel and wants to get the sack.
Maybe. Jill's 26. Amateur Aquatics 27. Big J Fishkeeper is 38. Cooker thinks he's 112. He's not too sure. That would make you. Oh, come on. I'm good at maths. It would have made you 78 when you had me, Cooker. So that would be pretty interesting. No letters from the Queen, 1776 and all. Yep. I'll say you'd know it better than me. Fish Kid Jake would be the youngest person here. And did I say hi to Bipolar Aquatics? And Jess is doing three things at once. I'm trying to do three things at once. Just read and talk and look at Blackie.
What we all do. I miss saying hello to so many people, so please don't consider me ignorant. I just, I did lots of reading and talking last night. Give me a break.
It's hard when you come in like 5 minutes later and I'm like, all right, I'll say hi to everyone, and then you jump in and go, all right, I'll pause while you say it. I know. Chewy, how are you? I don't think I did see Chewy earlier. What am I talking about? I read one of his questions. What is the Stampede? I missed the answer, the Calgary Stampede. Do you know anything about that?
No, I was looking for the answer to that too, because anything with the word stampede in it, I like the sound of it. I mean, if you've ever heard an actual stampede, whether it be horses or cattle, they sound phenomenal.
Go to Google Photos. They sound phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Let me open this. I will show you guys.
Fish.
Hey, Dan, how are you? What time is it there for Dan? Good evening. So it's not too bad.
I was going through all the English fellas this morning, sending them messages, seeing if anyone wanted to live stream with me, but they're all it was hitting that busy stage of the morning. So they all had other things to do other than get on the interwebs with a slightly inebriated blackie.
I did check out some of your towards the end of your stream to see if you were inebriated and going, now what are its chances of turning up to this morning? And you were saying you jumped on for all the English YouTubers, but none of them were there. Stampede here is usually a music festival. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. Sorry. It's a rodeo, Aquamate. Let's chuck that up. Booked as the world's largest outdoor show in the world. Okay. Well, I'll just show you guys this. This is my first rodeo. Like, I know that's a saying, but it literally was my first rodeo. So, and it's like just around the corner from where I live. Oh, these guys were there too. Jamie and Kim's Mobile Zoo. It was kind of weird. So you can see where my mouse is there. That's a dingo. So they had an actual dingo there that kids could go in and just pat and stuff. They had the macaw, this guy at the top. Really amazing bird. He's huge. They had a big wombat in with the macaw. And then they had, I can't remember the official name. It was like an albino brush-tail possum. And they had some olive tree snakes, a few other snakes. They had geckos.
Olive tree snakes.
I think it was an olive tree snake.
Or olive python.
Olive python, maybe. Sorry. Maybe they had a tree snake and the olive python. I'm getting it mixed up. And they had 2 big tubs with turtles. And then another massive tub with some stumpy... What are they called? Stumpy tail lizards.
Mm-hmm. Or
and blue tongue lizards. And the kids, you could pick them up and pat them and stuff. So Harry was in his element because he loves lizards. But what I was thinking, I took this photo as a reminder for myself that I'm going to give him a ring, because if I could go and do a feature video on them, I think it'd be really good content. Especially for those of you that aren't Australian, to see, just to see a lot of these native animals and these guys like right up close and personal, and it'd be a hell of a lot of fun too. So I'll give them a ring and we'll see if we can make something out of nothing. So this is just the main area, but yeah, the sun was setting. It was like a really cool environment. So I loved it. I didn't think I would. I thought I'd be a bit bored. There's some cops. Go back to that one. No, you can't. They had like the American, Canadian, Australian, New Zealand flags up as well. That was a cool photo. Not
pretty.
A little bit blurry, but you can see the redness. I don't know. It just seems so fitting to be at the rodeo and have that backdrop, but also shows you it's that color because there's still smoke. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. I could share it. And then, yeah, they had all this country music band. Everyone was having a blast. Harry and Peppy Plant. I'm going to just call her Peppy Plant from now on so you guys can know who I'm talking about. Had a lot of fun dancing.
How good is it when they turn the back of a truck into a stage for a...
I know. I was like, do they own that truck, or they just rent a truck and then go, yeah, we're going to turn it into a stage?
It's great. And speaking of macaws, where I live in Mullumbimby, someone has a pet macaw that is it's not caged. I mean, they probably do have a cage for it, but occasionally it gets out. So quite often on the local Facebook, notification page thing, people put a message on saying, "Yeah, your macaw's escaped again. It's over at my house." Yeah, quite random when you see this blue macaw flying around town in a
that would be so cool though. I'm just trying to read the chat because I'm not ignoring a lot. I'm just struggling to get through it. Acclimate, when I hit 25, I started aging backwards. Blake is here. I know you're on the road, aren't you, Blake? Doing some fish-related travel. Blake's gonna, if we get time and if he can, Blake's gonna join us today as well. So that'd be cool. if you get back in time. Was Billy at the rodeo? No, Billy was not at the rodeo. Billy was being a naughty boy. So I've got lots of glue now. Let's just say that. No. He's just being a bit silly. So we took him to another place, and they're working him every day, and he's behaving amazing. He's just like a whole new horse. So my wife tells me, but be good when he comes back, because Harry rides him as well. Like, he's really, really good horse, but every now and then it's like he's not in the mood or something. F&S Fish Room, welcome. Scott Backer, how are you? A Buffalo Stampede is pure thunder.
It is.
So, UPS, rodeos are so much fun as long as cowboys don't shock the bulls and horses to make them buck. I grew up showing 5-gated racking horses and barrel race during my teen years. See, I didn't know what any of that was until last night. And I was asking my wife, and she knows a lot more about it, being into horses. Why do they buck? What's going on? And she said they tie something around the back that sort of.
Yeah, they used to use a girth strap. I think girth straps are illegal now. They tied them around their scrotum.
Is that what it is? So
I believe
they've got
so.
some, because they're bucking, and then once the rider falls off, the other guys just go right up to them, and then they just grab the thing at the back and pull it off, and they calm straight down.
Yeah, well, you probably would too if the pressure was relieved from your testicular region.
Yeah. So
Blake says he can come up now in the chat.
I don't want him up yet. Yeah, we can. I'll give me a second. I'll send you a link, Blake. But Candy said she'd love to see the animal farm. Yeah, I think it's a good idea too. I reckon you guys really enjoy it. I thought about you while I was there. It's one of those funny things. We're going away this week, and I'm going to have some unbelievable footage. I'm hoping it's unbelievable, but show you what the bushland in Victoria is like, and show you a bit about the Murray River, which is the river that divides Victoria from New South Wales. So I'm really excited about that. But you also got to be real conscious when you do things like go on a holiday or whatever. You sort of want to do the video thing for this hour or whatever, and then put it all down and just spend time with your family and relax. Because I know Peppy Plant will get annoyed if I was filming all day while we're on holiday. And again, same with the rodeo. I was like, I should make a video about this. And like, no, don't. Just relax.
GRB. GRB's got me intrigued about the alien kind of images that he thinks he can see behind me. But potentially it is your low resolution GRB and maybe those other things that you're surreptitiously referring to. The mind boggles, but it doesn't really. I think I've got a fair idea.
Stop sharing. There we go. Sorry, I've got something in the way. I'm trying to get a link to Blake.
No. Did you get it to him? You want me to send it?
Done.
Right.
Send it in Hangouts, Blake. Yeah, well, that was one of the things I wanted to talk about with Blake. I'll wait till he gets up. K-Town, how are you? Dawn, Michelle, how are you?
G'day, K-Town and Dawn. How are you, Dawn? Long time no speak. Well, I don't mean that long, I guess. Week and a half, probably. Hope you're all doing well.
Absolutely. There he is. Oh,
Fish Kid Jake did ask about the fires as well. Fires are backing off a bit now. I don't know about down in Victoria, but there's been lots of rain around New South Wales. Certainly getting back under control, which is really nice.
It's funny. I don't know. I don't watch the news. I hate the news. But we haven't heard as much about the fires, so I feel like they'll be getting on top of a bit. And yeah, we've had some big thunderstorms and stuff come through. And speaking of thunderstorms coming through, here's Blake.
G'day everyone, how are you?
Take the hat off.
I'm wearing it just for you, mate.
Yeah, removed from stream. Thanks, Blake. That was awesome. I hope you have a good.
See you next week, mate.
Doing it for Jimmy G. So that's all right.
Did you hear Tom Brady's leaving? He's going to the Chargers or something.
Is that legit now, or is it still?
No, that's still up in the air.
He'll be still going when he's 50. I feel like a bit of a beat reporter, and we're here on site, the weather, fine and sunny. I should have, some little local fair or something like that going on.
I'm behind you. Yeah. Gary
like
Nature, how are you?
Blake?
I am pulled up, by the way. I'm not driving, so that's good.
Yeah, so where are you? What are you doing? Tell us.
I'm in the driveway at my in-laws' place. I don't think you can see behind me. I've picked up a bit of a monster tank. We're keeping the MTS going, so that's doing well. We can have a bit of a look at it if you like.
Fish Kid Jake's out, everyone.
See you, Jake.
See you, Jake.
I'll be back in a sec.
But yeah, we'll go have a look at it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because if any of you haven't seen, Blake had put a video. Was it yesterday? I think he had to hook up a trailer to go and pick up this tank, which I'm very jealous that he got.
Check it out. It's 4x3x2, so she's a fair monster. There's my hand for comparison, I guess. But yeah, pretty happy. So it's 90 centimeters wide, 120 long, wide, 60 high.
That's awesome.
And I got a bunch of stuff. The guy had turtles in it, so he's got a hood and all that. And there's glass lids for it, so pretty good.
I'm just going to try and beat the Wonder mods and see if I can get a link to your
well, too bad, because Candy's already put it twice, I think. So unless you mean to the specific video.
No, yeah, to the specific video. There you go. Candy's done it. Have you got some set up, Candy? There's something like, I don't know. Maybe Candy's got like a chip in her brain or something. So she just has to think about a video and it automatically posts it in the chat.
I'm of the belief that she's actually an android. She's plugged in. We don't need my big head anymore, I don't think. Thanks for that. Hey, he's gone. I was going to ask if Blackie and I are friends again, because last night I wasn't his friend. Where is he? Is he still there?
He's lurking.
Yeah,
sorry, I had to go and do a thing or two. I thought I'd let you.
Are we friends again, Blackie?
What happened last night? What are you talking about?
Oh, trouble in the Aussie Fish fam.
No, I just had to go to bed and I was in trouble with you.
Oh.
I said popping in to hit the thumbs up, and you're just like, yeah, pop in. That's all you do. Pop in and give me the big bird.
I'll Blake Popperina.
That doesn't sound like me at all, saying stuff like
Blake
that.
the Weasel, just popping in, popping out.
It seems like a very irregular behaviour for me to make such statements.
It sounds like After Dark, Blackie. Candy did actually link it. I apologize, Candy, but it still amazes me. How would I cheat? They just mentioned the video. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, how did you before I mentioned it?
I missed when I know I walked away when you showed the tank, but is it 3 foot across or 3 foot tall?
Across, yeah. So that was the key, because I want to put a little male stingray in there. Hopefully, we'll see.
I think that's
Except
a wicked size, great size tank.
But I think, I don't know, I've been doing a lot of research about stingrays and talking to our friend over west who's a bit of a stingray guy. So, I don't know. I think, Rumble's Fish Room.
Rumbles, yeah.
But I think I might even need to upgrade that, even if it's a male, but I'm not really sure. So I need to do a bit more research.
Mostly,
I was just thinking,
mostly, Kerry, mostly.
If you guys follow Rachel O'Leary,
Yeah.
what's that tank that another channel came over and made it for it, and it has the rock in the middle, so it's a square tank.
Oh, yeah, the
It's got the
Penjing.
rock growing. Sorry.
Penjing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool tank. That looks like it shouldn't be standing.
No.
That would make me nervous.
She said it's giving her a bit of grief. It's not working as well as she'd hoped, but I mean, it looks awesome. But and she's got freshwater crabs in there.
They're pretty cool.
Tiny micro crabs. I'm like, can we even get them down here?
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
We can get some freshwater crabs, but I'm not sure about those little micro ones. I think they're really new to the hobby.
Because they're from Thailand or Indonesia or something, I think.
Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, UPS would absolutely ask a question. Oh, okay. I'll just put Zenjin just comment up instead. Definitely ask a question. I was thinking if I definitely one day want to get a tank just like the one you picked up. I don't have the space at the moment anyway, but I'd love to escape in the middle, like rocks, and then just have plants coming out from the scape. And I don't know, maybe I'm boring, but I would still just fill it with nano fish and just a whole bunch of fish.
Part of me, you know how I've got like a billion angelfish growing out? I'm thinking that would be pretty cool. Just have like one stingray cruise in the bottom, a billion angelfish, and then some immersed stuff, like have some wood and that coming out the top. But I don't know. Haven't decided yet.
UPS has posted her question about the substrate. The cloudiness will eventually go away, depending on what kind of filtration you've got on, but just sort of regular water changes, and just make sure you've got none of that Eco Complete exposed. I'm assuming you've got the Eco Complete and then black sand on top of that. Eventually the cloudiness will settle, but water changes and decent filtration, it'll go away. What'd you say, 2 days ago? Yeah, you might have a week of cloudy, but it'll dissipate eventually.
It's Eco Complete. I'm trying to think what it is. It's not the same as like the fluval stratum, is it?
It's same. It's very similar sort of stuff.
Yeah, bit more coarse, I think. Like it's not as round. It's similar to that Liverpool Creek stuff that I have. But nobody knows about that.
That's the fluval stratum there, and that is the clearest tank I own. Like the water is clearer than anything else. But I had to do. No, well, sorry. When I just put the water in, I put a bag over the top of the substrate, so I didn't disturb any of it. And then it was a bit cloudy, and then I've just done a couple water changes. But with those, I was told as well that it can leak ammonia for a while. So doing water changes was to get rid of some of that ammonia and also make it a bit clearer. The cloudiness from the residue in the Eco Complete will settle. Yeah. So I suppose time, water changes, and do not disturb it, basically, is best.
Yes.
Blake's back.
Sorry, I am on 4G, so I probably just... Realistically, I just love popping in and popping out. That's what it is.
You're going to call him the weasel soon.
Hey, actually, one thing I thought I was in two minds about is I was just going to message you and be like, hey, Josh, I should just appear at your house and just jump in the live stream with you on site.
That wouldn't be creepy at all. I'd be like, what are you doing here?
I mean, you'd have to tell me. You'd have to tell me your address first, but at least I have to pretend I don't know it.
You can find Aquamate's address on just Googling him. I found it that way.
It's linked to my Tinder account. No. I don't have Tinder. I've never used Tinder. It would be cool. Definitely do a live stream. Me and Blake are trying to catch up, but it's just January is just tough. Like school holidays, I've got Harry all the time, and I'm trying to work full time and working weekends. But I've got a little break coming up to go away, and then we come back. We go to, well, school starts again, and normality should come back. And then I'm going to try and come up on a Saturday or something like that with you, or maybe even a Sunday, and we could do a stream from yours in conjunction with this or something. We'll do that because I want to do a tour, and we've got some plans together.
Yeah. No, we'll work it out. We got time.
You going to say something, Blackie?
Oh, well, first of all, I don't know if Bob heard me say hi, but hello and welcome, Bob Kaler. Always good.
Hey, Bob.
And then I was just mentioning to my better half over here that someone had spotted her on the live stream. I didn't know if she was trying to hide or not.
Is that a leg I can see in the corner?
A what?
Is that a leg I can see in the corner, or is it no?
No, it's a bass guitar.
I like the new location, by the way. It feels like you're in, a villa in Bali or something.
It does. You look like.
Righto, I'll take that.
Thought maybe you're in Thirsty's Vanuatu villa.
All right, I'll show you guys something. So I put a video out this week, and I'm halfway through setting up a new tank. I've got water in it. I've got some gravel in it. I've got some sort of plants in it. And then I came home, and my idea did not work. And now I'm really confused about it because this is awesome. That tank is pretty boring, crappy. Like,
did the Velcro itself give up, or was it the glue on the Velcro?
It's just it's not that. It's still stuck there on the Velcro. You can sort of see the tank over here. It just peeled off this, so it's stuck to the glass still. It's all fine. It's this stuff, this foam. It's very very smooth and
maybe super glue the Velcro to that.
Sort of
actually, maybe I'll try that. That's a good idea.
Bit of silicone.
Yeah.
Well, my idea was that one day I'm not going to want it in that tank. I'm going to want to do something different, and that's why I chose that tank, because it's a little bit tall, but that's fine. It's a little bit too wide for some of the other tanks that I like that it could go in. So if I cut that and put it in the other tank, then I'm sort of, I don't have as much flexibility. So the idea was to be able to say, all right, these are not cheap. I mean, this one was. There's actually two more of them as well. I feel like I should go back to him and say, I'll buy the other two, and then I won't be.
I actually think it's cool that it comes out of the tank. You should put some like moss and stuff.
I like the way that it's stuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Get some stuff growing up.
And that's where I'm waiting. I saw Candy, you just reminded me because you posted Peppy Plant's Instagram link. She stole my pothos. She says it's her pothos, but it's totally I'm the one that put all the effort in.
What's hers, and what's yours is hers, or something like that.
Just cut it in half.
But I wanted to, because it's got a little tiny gap on this side, I was going to have the pothos just growing along the top of it. And I thought the pothos, some Anubias, and some rock work and woodwork, I reckon it would look awesome. But I just wanted that flexibility to reuse it.
How like pokeable is the top of that foam?
Pretty dense. Oh.
Like you know those old woodworking staples that you use a staple gun. Potentially, you could get your pothos going along there and just sort of push one of those down across the top.
Yeah, definitely. Even just you could put like a pin or something in there just to hold it so that it's not moving. Yeah. I think it look good. I reckon firstly, it would just sit there anyway, and then as it gets longer, it might try and come off. But
pin it down. Make sure you use galvanized or stainless steel, though. Well, that stuff's going to rust, isn't it?
Yeah,
probably would.
Anyway,
I'm going to finish that video. I'm going to come up with a solution, put that in there, get the fish this week, and put a new video out late this week. So within the actually, I'm gonna be away, aren't I? We'll have to do it pretty quickly then. Hopefully I have a video and I'll show you, because it's one thing to share, like, I've got a really good idea, try this, and then not tell anyone when it goes wrong. So hopefully we can all learn something out of it. And at the same time, I wanted to ask you guys, everybody here, the Crebensis tank, it's not working. The filter died when I first got the tank. One of the lights died, and now the other lights died, and now the sponge filter will not bubble. And I pulled it apart, I can't see where it's blocked or anything like that. So I almost yesterday just grabbed the Crebensis out and we're going to put them in another tank. But I don't know what tank I can really put them in. If I put them in with the rummy nose, they might have enough room where they'll just take their own space. But I've seen this dude bite a black neon in half, so I'm also like, I don't come in and go, oh, there's no fish in the big tank anymore.
Maybe you could start a series. I see the potential for a video series of what fish will the Crebensis work with, and each week you try a fish and see how many of your fish survive.
I was just going to say, I can only see one solution to this problem. You're going to have to get more tanks. That's as simple as it gets. That's the one I always go to.
I actually do have a big tank down there that would work, actually. Because I was thinking, you know what, I'll even just chuck them in with the goldfish because it's a heated tank. But then I thought you probably end up with 2 goldfish just sitting up in the corner while these Crebensis just rock out in a 4-foot tank on their own. And then I was wondering, could you put them with Malawi cichlids, electric yellows, similar size, but yeah, one's American.
They are both from Africa, but different water, obviously.
Aren't cribs from America?
Nope.
No, they're African.
I'm wrong. Sorry.
But they're from lower pH. They're not from hard African water, so people get confused.
They're like from the western side of Africa, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're pretty hardy fish. Maybe just replace the pump heavy fish. That sounds logical. Not enough air pressure, Tim. You might be right, Tim.
Do you think your air pump's actually broken? Because it could make the noise, but maybe nothing's coming through it.
Nah, so I pulled the air hose out and the bubbles started straight away, and it's actually plugged into 3 tanks, and the other 2 tanks are working fine.
And hang on, the tank that we're talking about is that taller one, yeah?
Yeah, that one.
Try even if you want to do it live, lift your sponge filter up, holeless, bowless, bring it towards the surface, because you might find that if it's running multiple tanks, just that extra few inches of height on that tank is putting too much pressure and not allowing the air bubbles to come out. And therefore, it might be forcing most of the air out of your pump into the lower height tanks. Maybe just sciencing a little bit.
Yeah, that used to be super annoying before I had a central air system. And I used to run those 4-way things, but try and do it across 8. And then I'd have to get these little valves on every single one and play around and be like, that one up a little bit, that one down a little bit, that one up a little bit. And then like a couple of days later when one of them gets a bit clogged, then it throws the whole lot out of whack again.
Yeah. No luck?
No, and it was working perfect before I unplugged everything and then plugged it back in. So the setup should be fine. And it's the first one, it's the first tank off the valve. So like the fact that if it wasn't connected, then none of the other tanks would work because that valve's open and it's got to complete the line rather than just letting all the air out of the first valve straight away.
Have you tried swapping your lines?
Yeah, I tried that too, and it's... So I don't know. I feel like something's stuck in the top of the air tube of the actual tank. Sorry, the sponge filter. I tried poking something through, but too many tanks on this one small air pump, not enough air pressure to do all tanks. So I would think that too, Tim, but it definitely worked for about 6-7 months before, and all the others are still the same. So I'm actually surprised at how many tanks you can do off one small pump, and I highly recommend it because it saves you. If you've got 4 or 5 tanks and you want to run sponge filters, get one of those little doodads. Won't be able to bring it up to you, but one of these. So it's just an air hose splitter. I know you can't see it very well, but get one of them. They're like
So,
$7. And then
I missed you. You might have explained this. I was just explaining to my mother-in-law while I'm sitting in the car. But
With your seatbelt
was it?
on.
Is that one of those? Yeah.
I'm talking
Well,
to my
that's because
friend on
otherwise
the
you get the. That's exactly what I said. No, because if I have to have my seatbelt on, otherwise you get that beep, beep, beep. Is that one of those stainless steel ones with the little levers?
No,
Oh,
it's
I love
plastic.
those. They're so good.
I scored with a little thing. I got a whole bunch of stuff with that tank. It's got a different sort of setup of a splitter, which I'll have a look at one stage. Zen Ginger asked, "Are Crebensis aggressive?" They're super
When they're breeding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
when
I
they're
think they're
breeding,
aggressive towards other bottom dwellers. Like, you might get away with things in the mid to top, but they want to control the bottom.
So what I tried that. I thought I'll have some dither fish, and that was the black neons, and I got 6 of them, and I put them in, and then half an hour later I came to see how they were going, and one of them was bitten in half.
Mm.
But it could be, and this is the thing, I think you're kind of right. It could be just that tank's too small. Like, they want that whole area, so anything within that area is fair game. Whereas in a 4-foot tank with similar fish, they probably wouldn't, but I just don't want to risk it because I don't want to lose
G'day,
running.
Mr. Thornley. How are you, mate?
Thornley, how are you? Derek, how are you? Auctioneer
g'day,
extraordinaire.
Forgot to say hi to Derek too. I remember when he came in and said hi. I was probably still focused on my food, wasn't I, Nevaeh?
He's still eating.
No, I finished now. I savored it, so I took my time. It was so good, so nice.
I'm not even going to pretend I can keep up with the chat on mobile. So, hi, everyone. Bye, everyone.
I'm struggling this morning. Sorry, guys. Use a wire acclimate to clean the air tube. That's a good idea. I've got some like aquascaping tongs that I could get in there, but not very far. Maybe I'll see if I can try and get it all the way through. Unhook the other tanks and connect the tank directly to the pump to check if it's back pressure. Yep, I think that's a good idea too. Well, you guys chat, and I'll try that.
And the room goes quiet.
Dead air, dead air, dead air.
We like a bit of dead air. Kerry Nation said something accidentally became lunch. I assume you're talking about the black neon that got bitten in half potentially. How you
Speaking
been?
Speaking of things getting bitten in half, really impressive ones. I used to have this giant black ghost knife, and it bit an angelfish in half, like a fairly large angelfish. Yeah, one day must have just been.
Even big ghost knives only got pretty small mouths, don't they?
Yeah, maybe it had a few goes at it. By the time I found it, it was in half.
Yeah, right. A gentle chew through.
Yeah, so safe to say that ghost knife went to the LFS.
That's like the I noticed a couple of days ago that you had watched that big black shark video of mine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read any of the comments or if I didn't tell it in the story because the story in the comments, the event hadn't happened. But after we stuffed around with that big black shark, we went and traded it in, or my son got some store credit for it because it obviously wasn't working with any of his fish or tanks. Guy at a fish shop up at Tweed Heads said he had a buyer for it. No worries, could bring it up. Old matey came and collected it from the shop about 2 or 3 days after we dropped it there. and the black shark proceeded to kill his $700 giant gourami within a couple
Oh
of
no! Oh no!
and we never heard any more of the story after that, whether the guy just decided to keep the brutal black shark or whether he returned it to the shop or what.
That is so rough.
But yeah, he definitely made a point of saying that it was a $700 giant gourami, so I'm assuming it was many, many years old and quite large.
Yeah, wow.
Beware of
Hey,
black sharks, people.
You'll be happy to know this for YouTube science reasons. That video was actually in my suggestions, so
Oh,
that
neat.
was good. Yeah,
It is my second most watched video on my channel.
yeah, nice. That's pretty cool. But
Did you watch it with
when
the
I
sound
return
on?
with the sound on,
Yeah,
headphones. I usually
Yeah,
watch a lot of.
because I did get quite a few comments about my commentary on that video.
Yeah,
It was pretty early days for me, that one.
they're the best ones, I reckon. The awkwardness, like I love all the aquarium co-op old videos where it starts off, "Hi, my name's Corey from Aquarium Co-op." I love all those really awkward ones.
Your name's not Corey. What are you talking about? So I know what it is. You're gonna have to tune in next week. No. I think when I've turned the hey Calypso, how are you? I think when I turned the pump off, so I unplugged everything. One thing that I do completely wrong and bad and I need to fix is I'm running way too many power cords off one set of one GPO basically. I think when I unplugged everything, I pulled everything out so I knew everything was for which tank and then put them all together, then plugged them back in. I reckon I've shorted something in the pump and it's not as powerful and it won't do all three, whereas it was doing all three without a problem before. So I'm playing with the valves and I can get that one going, but then the Endler tank stops. So maybe I need to try a new pump or, yeah.
I probably shouldn't admit this, but I'm going to anyway. When I first moved in, I ran the whole fish room off one extension cord because there wasn't. No, actually, that's a lie. It started off with one power point. There was one power point in the shed, a single outlet, and I ran everything off that. That's like 30 tanks worth, heaters, lights, and everything. And then that power point went all black and smoky, which is really good. So I decided, well, I still need to do it, so I'll run a giant extension cord from inside, and yeah.
Thank you.
Did that PowerPoint also go wrong, or did the extension cord catch on fire, or is that how you're still running it to this day?
Well, after a few months of stepping over an extension cord, thinking to myself, yeah, I probably should do something about this. We've got 4 lots of PowerPoints in the garage now, which still isn't heaps, but it's a bit better.
Certainly better having, appropriate high-level splitters inside your wall to divert the power to appropriate power points instead of, smoky on the outside starting fires.
Yeah, exactly right.
Well, that's one of the things I did with this is so you can have a little look. I'll make it up and do it better, but I managed to squeeze this guy in on that bench, so I've got one more tank there by getting rid of a stereo, which is an old crappy stereo. I just use it to put the radio on when I'm doing things in the garage. And yeah, I've got 2 power points there, and I'm going to get an electrician to put in 2 more here and 1 behind the goldfish, I think. And then that'll be a lot better. But I'm sure all of us probably overuse our power loads. But Tim, I've got some spare pumps if you need. Thank you. I've got a few spare ones. I've got some real old ones and stuff. I'll have a look. I'll let you know.
Yeah, sometimes the expense of getting a Sparky out to put a couple of extra power points in is well worth it compared to the potential for disaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon.
I mean, I would have done it sooner, but I'm in a rental, so,
Yeah, I reckon
You have
once
to
it
have those
actually did
conversations.
trip the power, and I can't remember why. Something went off and the whole house went down, and then I just turned it back on. And it was fine, but I reckon maybe this had something to do with it. Does the pump have a filter? No, it's just an air pump. Gary Nature, do you guys know Big Al's in Canada? They have a live shark in their stores. The one in Ottawa has a puffer in with it. They can mahi it. No, never heard of
I know
Big Al's.
I know the YouTube channel Big Al's, but is that connected to the pet store?
Maybe you should do a video on it, Kerry. If you can get out of your backyard alive with those billion ants that she's got a video on all these ants in her area, and I was like, man, you have a lot of ants in your town. And she's like, no, that's just my backyard. I'm like, what?
G'day, Gaffer Haynes.
What do you call Kerry Nature?
Kerry Nation.
Kerry Nation, that's right. PowerPoints, that's a different way to say power strip, I'm thinking.
No, power strip. Power strip is your multi-power boards. We call PowerPoints outlets. They call them over there. The bits on your wall that you plug your stuff into, that's called an outlet in the States, but we call them PowerPoints.
I call air conditioning vents and heater vents outlets every day because I'm like, how many outlets do you have? Interesting. Yours are funny too in America. Yours look like a little surprise face, don't they? They're like,
Yeah.
do PowerPoint impersonations. Ours are like,
but America don't have Earth on their PowerPoint, do they? Like the third one, they only have two.
they have an option, don't they?
I'm not
The
sure.
third
Maybe
one-
that's an old thing.
PowerPoints is a
'Cause that
slide.
seems-
Yeah, there's PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. Yeah. What language are you speaking, Jesse? Speaking of Jesse, just see down the bottom of the video if you aren't running HC Aqua, what are you doing with your life? Definitely try and run his playlists. It's super easy and he's super close to that 4,000 hours. So, yeah, let's try and get him there because I think if we don't do it by the end of next week, so we've got 1 week left, he'll have to sort of start the cycle again. So how close are you now, Jesse? Because I know we sort of got you a third of the way there. We only needed like 400 hours or something like that.
Oh, C23. How you going, Kirk? Welcome aboard, brother.
Yes, Candy and Zen Ginger are saying they have 3. Some of the big L chain is shut down. I know that Kerry Nature seems as though... Whoop, stupid thing went. Wanted too many franchises too soon.
Yes.
She said it was linked to the YouTube channel you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. He did I think he moved closer to the King of DIY and they did a video together. He's a pretty cool guy, but mostly saltwater.
It's not one fish, two fish. That's different, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. He's
made
like a skinny guy with long hair, sort of. Yeah.
one
anyway.
fish, two fish in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, there you go.
I went to try and do a Canadian accent then, and I wussed out halfway through, so I just sounded like an idiot.
The only way
Feel
to
free to say that I've derailed your stream here and tell me to get the hell out if you want. I'm
No,
conscious that I'm in the world famous DrThirstyMate.
I'll tell you to piss off if I want. No,
Yeah, cool.
no, it's good. It's good having you here. I was just thinking before, because I'm pretty sure Thirsty is asleep. He wouldn't be able to run on only an hour's sleep. But I was thinking, what do we call it if it was us three? It'd be like, I was thinking something like Dr. Blakey Black, or
Yeah.
Aqua Blakey Black, or Aqua Black Blake.
Dr. Blake, mate.
See, yeah, my channel name doesn't really accommodate that sort of stuff, does it? DrThirstyMate Aquatics?
Yeah, true. And I suppose it's
That
straight
could
to
be
the
anything.
point, isn't it? Keeping fish simple.
Yeah.
Welcome. Good to see you. Candy, your
with-
PowerPoint.
Oh, Blake, you can't type in the chat at the moment, can you? Can we get a link into the chat for Blake's channel? Because last I looked, Blake was rapidly approaching the 200 mark.
Yeah, I think Thirsty gave me a nice little boost last night. Some shout out. So I must be about 10 off or something like that, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, he did. He did a really cool video, and sort of shouting out yourself and Rumble.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, seriously, anyone in here that's not subscribed to Blake, that tank that he has sitting behind him that he's about to deliver home, I can't wait to see what you do with that. And then I'm going to drive up and I'm going to see it live, and I'll just
we shouldn't build too much hype, because in reality it might sit outside for a while. I don't think I have a space that's 4x3x2 in the garage. So
well, I'm going to unsubscribe from you if it's not set up.
fair enough too.
189.
You've got to build
189, Blake.
Yeah.
What are we? 189?
Yeah.
Well, there's 40 people here, so if you're not, definitely check out the channel. Help Blake. Love to get him to 200 while we're sitting here live with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So yeah, and now I've sort of built myself into this Tetris situation where moving one tank equals moving like 10 tanks and all that. But anyway,
that's what I did. That's why, like, I had to drain all of these tanks, move them, and then fit the other one in. I don't know if anyone's known. Actually, I'm gonna turn the light.
G'day, Keeping Fish Simple. How are you, mate?
Yeah, welcome. Keeping Fish Simple is another Australian fish tuber. He's got a lot of subscribers, a pretty cool channel. So welcome to the fish fam side of things. It's good. Rock up at Blake's to see the new tank. Tim, we can definitely do that. Tim's northern suburbs of Melbourne.
Yeah,
so
he's halfway between us.
Yeah, that would be cool, Tim. Back with my awesome theme of doing things and not doing them correctly today. This little guy, I'll have to move this and show you. Can you guys see that all right?
Yeah, a bit
maybe
lower
point it
if you
down
can.
a wee bit. That's
There
the
you go.
way.
The old 7-pointer.
Yeah, but he's a goldfish, obviously. But I bought him the other day and I did not. Probably be better here. I bought him the other day and I did not think about buying him, planned on buying him. But when I saw him and I saw those patterns, and I thought, he's a 7-point goldfish, which is what solid gold used to talk about, and said it was kind of rare. So I thought, yeah, I'll grab him. But the other goldfish don't like him. So now I've got to figure out
Get
where
rid
to
of
put
the
him.
other goldfish, I reckon.
I just got to go. I'll be 1 minute.
Yeah, he's a very pretty goldfish.
Yeah.
Potentially, cheap plastic tub on the floor.
Yeah. Well, whilst I'm up in Melbourne, do the usual run through a few stores, and one of them has a huge goldfish section, flower horns and that sort of stuff. And I was having a bit of a look, because I don't know if I would have even got one anyway, because it's a bit of a copycat thing to do, but I think they're really cool. But yeah, I couldn't see them. Just the classic, like red cap orandas and all that. Nothing like that. Some giant orandas though. Like you look at them and you're like, do they get that big? Like big as your head.
Yeah, it's like, how do they even move when they get to that size? Those bloody stumpy round bodies.
Yeah, especially some of the other.
Who folds socks? I just have a drawer full of socks and I pull 2 out close enough. They're on the feet. Well, that's when I wear shoes. It's a very rare occasion that I put shoes on nowadays. But anyway, I digressed. How did I get onto socks? Back to you, Blake.
Silly me. I was just talking about fish. But I did also pick up some fish while I'm up here, so we'll see. I might include them today. Or I might run out of time. They might have to be in tomorrow's video. Pretty cool things there. Well, you already know what some of them are.
It's a shame about Jenny, if Candy's on the money with the information.
I can't. I'm not reading the chat.
Candy says that Jenny, Solid Gold Jenny, is potentially selling all of her equipment and home.
Oh, yeah. I think Corey said that in the live stream the other day. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Because she was just getting a super cool setup going on with all of those tanks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked really cool. And the reptile enclosures as well. That was sweet.
Yeah. It's interesting to see the contrast like between a really dark fish room like MD fish tanks and King of DIY and stuff, and then she was going with the really light, lots of natural sunlight and that. Both are good. You got to be right onto your cord management if you want to go the light option though.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't work for me.
Well, I suppose the biggest reason to seal out any or all of your natural light is to, partial algae control, that sort of stuff, I guess.
I was drawing up plans yesterday because most likely I'll move house this year at some point, and drawing out like what I'll need to do to have a fish room again, or have basically what I need. So I was thinking like I have a shed and then a greenhouse sort of thing at the front. So like you open up the greenhouse, go through, and then you go into the shed that way. I think that could be a really cool option.
Not a bad idea. There's I won't say my local fish store because it's about 45, 50 minutes away. Get off. They're actually an aquarium store and a nursery, and you walk in through the aquarium store, and if you go out the back of the aquarium store, you're into the nursery section.
That's awesome.
Quite massive. You could probably even see that on camera. It sounded like a helicopter in my ear.
Not with my eyes and this screen, but I'm sure others probably could.
But yeah, that's definitely a very interesting store with their massive nursery.
And seeing how successful these olive barrel ponds are that I've got running at the moment, like, it's just so easy. Like all the natural food in there. I throw in a bit of food here and there, like just when I see fry, like I just throw in small food, but like it sorts itself out,
Yeah.
When we had
maybe once a fortnight, I put a bit of food into my bathtub setup with all the guppies and stuff in there, and there's hundreds of guppies in there now from this just breeding this season. I think I put a dozen in there to start with. So many.
Do you have anything drilled for like overflowing with the flooding and that you guys had yesterday?
No, I just have the way I've got it leveled out. I have it not leveled out, so
it
tilts to the front corner. So whenever it fills up, it goes over the very front corner of the tub.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Cool because there is like a maybe a 1 centimeter ridge on the edge of the bathtub. So when the water fills up into that section, you get a lot of the fish actually swim up into the 1 centimeter depth of water.
Yeah, awesome.
Does look pretty.
I always think about I need to just get out there with the hole saw, drill a hole, and then put a sponge in it. But I never think about it until it's raining, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should really go do that.
Yeah,
there goes all the rice fish.
I've thought about just drilling a hole for an overflow so it doesn't get up there, because I do get concerned about fish that do swim up onto the flat sections on the edge, possibly rolling up the edge and ending up on the ground. But then, if I drill a hole for a drain hole, then I guess I don't get the maximum water level that I want in that tub necessarily.
Yeah, and if you get a cool effect like that, well, you want to sort of keep that going as well.
Yeah.
Actually getting to see the fish.
That was my I guess design element for overflow, was just making sure it tilted towards the front and out one side. G'day, Joe
Nice.
Coffee.
Joe, how are you? I was just catching up with the chat.
You left your microphone somewhere.
I was just catching up with the chat. So I'm not used to using one yet because I've always just used this thing. But I just wanted to say, Jesse, it's a Ryukin goldfish. I think there was a comment there trying to figure out what sort of goldfish the little guy is. And
hang on a tick. Dawn Michelle is out. We'll see you soon, Dawn. Good night.
Dawn.
Sleep well. Wake better.
Daniel keeping fish is leaving too.
Oh, yeah, are you Dan? Are you Dan? Are you leaving, Daniel? Goodness me. Pops in, pops out. God.
See you,
I was
Dan.
really interested to see some of the comments back up here about solid gold. Candy said that she's selling all of her equipment.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. She was one of the reasons that I started a YouTube channel. It was her and King of DIY and a few other channels that were like that. Every time they have a new video, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go watch that. So I really enjoyed watching a whole bunch of her stuff. And she's the reason that I've started going, I need to get goldfish. I want to do that one day.
Yeah. Hey, I see that Pam's in the chat, and I need to talk to her about my Thursday streams. Can she please? It's probably easier like through the Facebook page. It's got the same logo as my YouTube. If she can send me a message, and that way we don't have to.
I can do that.
Out.
I actually messaged Pam this morning about your video, so she's watched it. She's just trying to figure out what time 7 o'clock is her time.
Yeah. Cool.
Because she usually doesn't go that late. I think that was like a. So, I can probably send you her.
Yeah. Cool.
Or whatever, and get you guys in touch.
Because I am flexible, but yeah, if she does finish a bit earlier, I'll just need to get a message or something. Because, as you know, that's a pretty hectic time in the house for us. So. Yeah.
Keeping fish simple. If you're still here, I'm from Melbourne. Blake is from Geelong, and Dr. Black is up in Mullumbimby. Keeping fish simple is from Queensland, unless I'm incorrect. But I can't think of any other Queensland channels. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Must.
They're too busy having fun in the outdoor nice weather to be on YouTube.
I know Blackie's actually looks quite awesome over there.
Yeah.
What did I miss as well? You guys were talking about anything?
What were we talking about? We were having a bit of pond chat. Yeah. Can't remember now.
You've got a few ponds, don't you? You've got a bit of a unique setup when it comes to ponds.
Yeah, so I just use the old PVC olive barrels just because they're so cheap. And they're 220 litres or what's that, like 50 gallons? 55 gallons. And you can just chop them in half with a normal saw or Stanley knife or anything. And conveniently they've got these two, like they've got ridges that support them. And conveniently there's two close to each other right in the centre. So you just chop between that. A lot of support and you get basically 100-litre pond. Simple.
It's a good idea. I want to do something like that, but trying to figure it out. Who's it? Learning to Keep Fish did a really cool. He built a pond made a wooden box and had the pond on his deck. Like a combination with that and what you've done would be really cool because you get the aesthetic look of the way that he did the wood and stained it all and everything, and then it'd be probably more secure in
yeah. I was looking at all these things like bathtubs and making a thing out of pallets and pond liner and stuff, but I got 10 of these barrels delivered for $40. So like that's 20 ponds for $40. You can't really beat it, really.
That's pretty good deal. Especially delivered.
Yeah, and it was delivered from a long way away, like Lilydale or something, which is like 3 hours for people who aren't familiar with the area.
And
I
it's
hope you
10
cleaned
minutes
all
for me.
I hope you cleaned all the meth out of them.
Well,
Well,
actually, Lily does not
No.
that nice.
actually, I know they're olive barrels because they stink of olives. Like, I don't mind olives, but man,
Aquatic
old
Nest,
olives.
welcome. And Sandra
Yeah,
Bennett.
nice. Oh, Sandra Bennett's here as well. Hello, Sandra. Sorry.
Oh,
if you've
Candy, I
been-
meant to ask you. I didn't even realize we've been going for an hour and a half already, but I meant to ask you, Candy, if KG were going live today because, yeah, we obviously would work with it, but you're still here, so I'm assuming they're not. The last time we spoke to John, they were thinking about what they wanted to do with their live stream times.
I thought I saw, or maybe it was a different day, but I thought I saw on YouTube and notifications that John wasn't doing a stream today.
Joe Coffee. Every time that ticker goes across the screen, my peripheral vision sees "Run DMC," and I get all excited. But it's never true.
It's like that, Joe Coffee, and that's the way it is.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth.
No, that's a
not
different
much.
band.
Working in the fish room with Maple Street Aquatics. Awesome. So 7 p.m. Punchy would be 5.5 hours ago. No, it's 7. That'd be 7 in the morning. What time did your stream finish the other day? Because you finished at 8 o'clock our time. So if you'd finished 1 hour earlier, that would have been perfect. Ginger
An hour earlier than the gummy bear handover.
The gummy bear. Oh, that's right.
Hello,
The famous gummy bear handover.
Hey, Ness, tell Maple Street Aquatics I said g'day. That means hello down here.
Yes, we all say g'day, Maple Street. Use your clock. What?
No, Joe Coffee. I'm being chicky. Is that another one?
Oh, wow.
I'm going to run DMC shit for days. Well, I've probably run out of material now.
I'm just trying to think of any other
Just
songs.
going to
I know
walk
there's
this-
songs, but I don't think people would know the songs I'm thinking of.
I got nothing. People will frown at my taste in music, but it's not like new stuff. That I shouldn't even go into it.
Not everyone hates Garth Brooks, Blake.
All right. Well, I've opened the can of worms now, so I might as well just say what. So I just like big artists. Like I listen to a lot of Queen, Michael Jackson, and Elton John, and I'm a very heterosexual man.
You love that. Elton John's playing like just up the road from where I live soon.
Yeah.
$300 the tickets, but it's sold out, and
Wow.
we're really bummed that we're not going to be able to go see him. But my friends are going, so they're like trying to encourage us to just try and find some tickets somewhere last moment.
I saw him at A Day on the Green down here. What was it last year or the year before? He was really, really good. So
He was up here. Last year he played up here as well, and my town is like 10 minutes from this. It's a big winery. It's called Rochford Wines, and they get international acts. Like I've seen Stevie Nicks, Blondie, Cyndi Lauper, Robbie Williams, and Elton John's playing there. It's bizarre. Like it blows my mind because it is literally just a winery and a big paddock, and 20,000 people all of a sudden just rock up to this place and go, "Yep, we're gonna watch a concert," and the sun's setting in the background. It's amazing. But it's like 10 minutes that way, and my whole town, there was bedlam when Elton John was here. Like you couldn't move in our town. And I'm like, that can't be just because of Elton John.
So basically, for context for everybody else, there's this concert. It's called A Day on the Green, and they go to basically all the wineries like Rochford, and the one down near me is Mount Dunedin Estate, and same sort of thing, 20,000 people on a hill, and I go every single year. Like I actually went last weekend to Cold Chisel and Birds of Tokyo. It's always good. You always end up blind and having to like stumble around finding your bus. And yeah,
Did
Good
you go
fun,
to the
man.
Cold Chisel one?
yeah, it was so good.
See, I
I
wanted to
didn't.
go to that too, and my wife's like, "No, we're not going. We need a budget. We need to do this." I'm like, "All right." And then eventually she was like, "All right, let's go." And I'm like, "Yes, jump on." I'm like, "It's sold out. Why did you do this to me?"
Nah,
did
see,
it
I
for
don't speak
a month.
French, so I don't understand the word budget. Just buy,
What?
just spend.
I
I
don't
did
know.
a day on the green once. The next day, I woke up with such a headache.
Yeah, I'm really admitting a lot of things that I shouldn't.
You're, you're coming up with them this morning. I'm trying to
I'm
think of
so surprised.
a fish version of "I be driving a caddy, you be fixing a Ford." It's not,
I got
Nah,
nothing.
I can't-
I think
I
I've
can't think
used
of
all my
fish.
good material.
I feel like the chat's like a minute or two behind the video or something. I don't know.
Isn't 10 seconds the usual delay? Are you on YouTube chat or?
Is
No,
everyone on live chat as well? We're still getting people confused about live chat and top chat.
Top chat.
top
Jinx.
chat. Yuck. Some messages such as potential spam. Change it to live chat. There we go. Oh, there's whole other people in here, like Rumble.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are you, Rumble? We've got 48 likes. Hit the like if you haven't already. See if we can get to 50.
That's classic that I was the one saying that, and mine was also on top chat.
It feels, yeah, I don't know. I use StreamYard. StreamYard's really, it's an awesome program, but it's sort of, I don't know. What does it do with the chat? It takes a bit to catch up, and then it just scrolls off, and you just get lost all the time. It makes it harder. Actually, every time you finish the stream on StreamYard, it says, "How did we do?" And I always just go, "Yeah, whatever," and close it. Today, I'm going to try and remember and go, "Hey, this is annoying, but other than that, thank you for taking my money every month so that I can have a logo in the corner."
Yeah, I didn't realize until last week that it's an ongoing cost. I thought it was like once off $20, you know? Like, oh, I'd do that, but it's a bit
What?
rich.
Oh.
That's like twice as much as Netflix.
Oh, twice. Well, mine's $24.95 a month, and then Dr. Black said that he thought about doing it, and then he's like, "No, I'm not going to do it." And then they said, "What was it, $16?" So I'm some sucker paying.
$16.50 or something. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate that though. That really sort of annoys me, like with telephone companies, and I'm sure in America, cable companies and all that sort of stuff. You sign on, you're a good customer for 2 years, and then the guy next door decides that he's going to jump on, and he gets it for half the price that you've got it at, even though you've been a loyal customer.
Well, I found out the other day, you know, about YouTube Premium. So in Australia, YouTube Premium's $16, but if you have a VPN, sign up as YouTube Premium India just for the sign up, and then it's $3 a month, and you don't have to use the VPN after that.
I wonder if that would affect you, like what gets recommended for you, and if monetization or anything like that.
Get a lot of BTS not BTS. What's that second biggest thing? What's that company that was trying to beat PewDiePie? What's that one called?
Yeah, the American. Okay.
No, they're a company in India, I thought.
Yeah, sorry, the
Doesn't
Team
matter.
Q or something like that.
Yeah,
I looked
something
at it
like
and I was
that.
like, who is that? Like, I've never even heard of it. I jump on and I'm like, this is like a whole multinational sort of setup.
Yeah.
Trying to chase this one dude who did gaming videos. It's bizarre. Bob Kaler's put up a link, GoFundMe for Candy. Candy supports everyone in the Fish fam. She's supporting you right now and you don't even know it because she's giving you links, and anything that you can do to help with Candy, much appreciated.
When you're talking about your comments to StreamYard before, I'm always confused about how, whilst we're looking at the StreamYard screen, we're also lovely and crisp. and then you flick over to the YouTube one, and like the resolution is halved or something, even though my YouTube's playing at the maximum possible resolution. Oh my God, what did I do?
Yeah, and because I'm a massive narcissist, I watched the replay of my stream, and like Thirsty, you can't hear him, but when I was talking to him, we could hear him. I could hear him fine, I thought, but in the replay, it was really quiet. So I don't know what happens between here and the actual upload.
I think all the streams are like rolling into one for me.
And yes, Ness, that is the bass behind me. I do play it, and I play guitars as well. And Zen Ginger has put a link up for the stream in which we did play a few songs last night. I haven't actually checked.
You are snapping a bass.
I didn't
Are you
check.
banned from YouTube yet for, ruining copyright?
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. I haven't actually checked in YouTube Studio yet to see if I've been pinged. Somehow,
Watch out.
are there any Apple users in the chat? Because somehow I have like massively zoomed in on the screen and I didn't do anything, I swear, but now I can't zoom out. How do I zoom out? What have I done?
Dr. Black, when you come down, we can play some tunes. Got the guitar there.
Yes,
No.
Fish Room Fever has it. It was T series. That's what I was thinking.
I knew it was T something. That's right.
Yeah, PewDiePie versus T series.
Thanks,
Always.
Dan. Dan's off out of here. We'll see you soon, Dan.
Zen Ginger. I'm trying to think what movie it is now.
Just be careful, Ness, when you watch that live stream. I think there was some pretty dodgy moments in there.
That's why I'm going to go back and try and find them.
And definitely don't watch the one after that I did later on in the night. Well, thankfully, Candy, I haven't done that thing that I was doing last night where I kept on leaving my own stream just by barely even touching the mouse. But super confused about that other window. I may just have to close it and reopen it, I think. If I do a bit of that, I'm completely at sea with these Apple Macintosh products or whatever you call them nowadays. Beautiful computer though. Looks lovely.
It got dodgy after Candy left, did it?
Well, in my mind, it was dodgy the whole way through. Oh, hello.
Can you timestamp it?
Can I timestamp it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The bits that we should look out for.
I don't remember them. I'm quite certain there were some reasonably dodgy sections in that series of live streams last night.
First time aquatics. Hello, welcome.
Is it your first time? First time? Welcome aboard, if it is.
I was thinking about, on the topic of that, Fish Kid Jake, what's going to happen when his channel is like 10 years older? Then he'll be Fish Man Jake.
Nah, he'll maintain that kid-like spirit for the rest of his life. He'll be a 45-year-old teenager upstairs. He better.
Well, I mean, I know if my channel ever gets like bigger at any stage, I'll probably have to change my name because there's already multiple companies called Aquamate. So I kind of don't. I don't know. I reckon it's not such a bad thing. Like, gives you an opportunity to
take him head on.
Think about all those people looking for water tanks that find your channel.
Yeah.
There's actually some.
I don't know if... Here you go.
There's actually some aquarium products with labeled like Aquamate, and I don't know. I think maybe it's like Aqua One or one of those other companies have like a series of Aquamate products. So basically, they should just put this logo on there, and they might sell one more.
Or alternatively, get your legal team into action, and get that copyright cash into your account.
Yeah. Or just do what I did and just take them head on. When I first started, I had no space because there was a Blake's Aquatics with a space. Caused all sorts of dramas, people searching for me. Just change it to exactly the same and just take them on.
Tim Gay saying after 11. Okay, I'll go to the bit that was after 11. That's one thing that, hey, Rockford, how are you? That's exactly what I do. I do laundry when people stream. And then, well, I've got to do that today. I don't want to do that today. You have another channel out there with exactly the same name, don't you?
Yeah. That's
yeah.
And they've commented on my thing saying, you need to change your name. I don't think I do.
Would I be correct in saying that you potentially have more subscribers than that other Blake's Aquatics channel now?
Yes, that is the case now.
Yeah, well,
So,
potentially they don't necessarily have a leg to stand on in the streets of competition, but
it's just classic fish, classic fish tube beef. No, he started off as a nice guy. He just I don't know, doesn't matter.
Joe Coffey reckons I should just change it to Aqua M8 if they say anything. I'm like, okay. That's a good idea.
Well, the potential for logos will go through the roof with an 8.
You could come out with your own series of pool balls.
Ooh,
pool balls.
Include a pool ball in your logo. Then Big Pool will chase you down.
I don't know what do you mean pool balls?
Pool,
like for the game of pool, 8 ball, 9 ball.
I put an 8 ball.
15 ball, whatever it is.
On this one, I need to just find a different file format for Teespring, and I'm going to put this up on Teespring once I get the right format. Because I'm happy with this now. I think the black is better than the white.
Do like a really good quality printout of your existing file, and then maybe scan it at super high resolution, and so you've got a massive original reference to work off potentially.
That's a good idea, but my concern is that you'll end up with a different colored background, like because it's got to have a clear background to go on the t-shirt. It's not like there's black printed on these bits. It's actually just the t-shirt. And if you scan it, then it would only. I suppose maybe you could do it, have a large version, and then trace it and make it a PNG and then send it.
This might be common knowledge, but Microsoft PowerPoint, you just put an image in there and it can take the background out for you.
Which one, sorry?
Just in PowerPoint. Just put an image there, go to, whatever it is, format picture, and there's a button there that says remove background, and it just takes the background off for you, and then you just right-click, save image as desktop, whatever.
What program are you talking about, sorry?
PowerPoint.
Microsoft PowerPoint.
PowerPoint.
The slideshow program.
I thought we were talking about outlets again, and that's in PowerPoint. All right, that's cool. Or maybe because I've got a big PDF version, and that's what this is. I send the PDF to them, and then it has no background. But then Teespring won't do PDFs. So, Dr. Black, this shirt you're wearing now, is that Teespring?
No, this is a Redbubble shirt.
Did you get any Teespring?
No, that's so expensive. It cost me half a house to get Teespring shipped to Australia. I'm still waiting to hear who were the people who actually bought my Teespring shirts, because there's been Teespring stuff sold and no one's told me who bought or showed me pictures or anything like that.
I think Jess Shrimp Granny bought something, or Zen Ginger bought
live car action.
Not an outlet.
GRB coming good with the 192 subscribers for Blake's Aquatics versus 81
Oh.
subscribers for Blake's Aquatics.
Thanks, Jebby. And we are closing in too. That's very close to 200.
Only 8 to
192.
go. See, if I change my logo to Aqua M8, you'd be there if I give it to you.
Start a new channel immediately. If I was on the computer, I would.
Brian Bernhold, how are you? Welcome. Yeah, man down. What? He was just down under, wasn't he? Showing some leg. I'm getting some free shirts from a company as a trial. I'll let you know the quality. Oh, I think that's a good idea locally, Rumble, for anyone like in Australia, definitely. But to get them over to the Americans, not easy. There was a few people that said they wanted to buy one of these shirts, which I'm honored. But I'm going to try and make it as cheap as possible rather than me going, I'll just get them from here and I'll ship them to you and hope that it's the right size and it costs you a fortune.
There's certain awesome people in the fish fam that will, if you send them a bulk load of stuff, then they distribute them across the United States.
Gesturing Granny.
Well, you know, she's one of them. There's also another person in the based on out of the auction stuff that we did the other day that's receiving a bunch of stuff for people, but they're all local to that person, so they are distributing them out. It was very handy to have. But, you know, even if you can arrange that with someone where you get maybe 5 or 6 people that want your shirts, send them out, and, you know, fix up whatever postage is owed once they ship them over that side of the planet.
I just saw myself on the replay then going, what the hell was I doing there? Joe Coffee, I just trademarked Aqua, mate. I get a cut from every use now. Damn it.
Yeah, as soon as you say stuff out loud, someone will jump on it.
Yeah, just change my name to Joe Coffee then. If Rock for fish keeping. Sorry, for some reason my YouTube keeps switching back to my general account by itself. Don't doing my stuff. I'm here now. Done doing your stuff. I always have to physically go up to the top right and change it because I had like just a personal one that I would use, you know, to watch King of DIY and everything like that, and then I made a separate one for Aquamate. But I have to physically change it, and I leave the other one on for Harry. Like, so every time I log into my other one, I get FGTV, all these kids things going on, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what Harry's watching.
I also have forgotten CT3, what you won. What did you win? Or are you just messing with me a little bit?
I don't know. Oh yeah, the one that I won, how do you want me to, send money, or do you want me to just give you money when you get here and you deliver it to me?
Yeah, I mean, we're it's very close to when we come down and see you, so we'll just sort it out when we're down there, bro. Otter Creek, how are you, Kendall?
Kendall, welcome. Miss you, dude. Otter Creek Aquatics was one channel that I would watch every time I saw a new video come out, and there's been no videos. But interesting enough, Kendall hit that 1,000 subscriber mark and has only done 2 or 3 videos since, and he's got 2,000 subscribers now. So I think that's one of those things that shows you that, I mean, he's got great videos and really good topics that people will search for, and he's awesome presenting. I don't know. If you're ever thinking about making a video and thinking, all right, how am I going to format this? Check out one of his videos and you'll go, oh, I see exactly. He's telling us what's going on. He's reminding us to subscribe. He's telling us what's going to happen and how we're going to do it. And yeah, props. I just hope that you make a video soon. I'm so sorry, guys. I've been super busy with work and building the new fish room. Well, then good. We'll see new videos soon.
That is allowed.
Edgar, welcome.
G'day, Edgar Steckenfinger.
I was looking at it going, I just say the last name or just say Edgar. I'm like, go with Edgar.
I kind of noticed that you deliberately sidestepped the surname, so I thought I'd put it out there and ease everyone's comfort levels with regards to pronunciations.
And with that, like reminding people to subscribe and stuff, like I feel a bit awkward every 5 minutes being like, give me a subscribe, give me a like. So I've got this little green screen thing that comes up, it's like, subscribe, other way, subscribe, blah, 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 notification bell. I like that much better because, yeah.
Well, even here's like one of the things, because the way that Kendall says it, if you like, he puts it out, if you like these certain things, consider subscribing. He doesn't say, hey, subscribe to the channel, we've got more next week or whatever. And I like the way that he does that. I always try and just put like, exactly what you do, a little green screen thing. And I try and probably say something at the end. So I'll put that near the start and say it at the end. Purely because I don't want people to be like, oh, I enjoyed that video next, rather than going, I enjoyed that. I do like this guy, or I do like what he's saying.
Like I have my little spiel I say at the end, but when I was looking at the analytics, it's like not that many people actually make it all the way to the end. Yeah, a few, but
that's right. So that's where the green is good. I've got a very good comment here. Aquamate, who is this rookie with the Patriots hat on? Doesn't he know the real team's left playing in January? Crikey. It's embarrassing, isn't it, Sicklers 23?
Haters are going to hate, I guess.
Otter Creek, I haven't recorded it because it's all boring electrical and doing it drywall, but I'll make one explaining it all. Awesome. Give us something in between, Kendall. Oh. I love the fishwoman drawing.
How much?
Yeah.
How much data do you reckon I've burnt through in an hour and a half on 4G? Probably a lot.
Not enough.
Find out on your phone bill.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to.
Like it's only $10 a gig.
Well, mine's like I get 45 gigs a month on my mobile plan, and I'm lucky to use 1.5 gigs a month of mine. So there's a lot of wasted gigs out there. I don't know where they go. I think Blake's data just ran out.
He's gone, oh, let's check my data usage. Oh, there you go. that's over. That was an expensive stream.
Or the phone company overheard him. Oh. And yes, Edgar, I do love your name. I think it's one of the finest ones I've heard.
I dropped the phone.
Rockford reckons there's something good that happens in Chicago sport. I don't know. Does Chicago have a basketball team?
They used to. Oh. They used to have a good one.
Maple Street, hey.
G'day, mate.
Are you in person now? Or as person as we can get.
Well, that's a great plan, though, that you're on 45 gigs. I have 10, and I burn through it halfway through the month every time.
I'm on 50. I've got 50 gig.
Out and about that much to use it out in the general wide world. Plus, when I got mine, it was like an offer to get double data. So it was like normally a 15 gig plan, and they doubled it to 30, and then they chucked in an extra 10 or another 15 for some reason. It was all a bit weird. But,
nice. Because my other thing is my Wi-Fi at home is so terrible that half the time I just watch things on 4G anyway. This is better.
Have you investigated that little device that Rumble was talking about the other day?
No, I haven't yet.
I've seen a few other things about them that they're supposed to be pretty awesome. Just plug into the back of your modem and like super boost Wi-Fi.
Who's this Montel Jordan dude?
Montel! Isn't he a talk show host?
I don't know if you guys are being serious or not. Of course, I know the Chicago Bulls. Is oh no, I was going to say something stupid then. I'm just googling something before I say it.
So presumably Cichlids23 is the Niners fan.
There we go. Yeah, because Luke Longley played. He was in that team, wasn't he? Luke Longley, and he's an Aussie.
Yeah, I think he only did a year with them or something, didn't he?
I couldn't remember if he was Australian. I thought, I better check that before I say that. And number 23, hello. Cichlids23 is a... Yeah, you're a Niners fan, aren't you? And you live close to... Yeah, I think he lives close. Can't remember. I know Dan Slee lives very close to Levi Stadium, and he's a Niners fan, but he doesn't go. He doesn't attend. He's not overly interested in it. I'm sure he'd be interested in it if we win tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't follow it that... Like, I watch every single Pats game, but I don't watch other teams, really. So, yeah.
What better I be kidding about, Kendall? I think I got lost in the chat there, and I can't remember what I said 17 seconds ago. So you may need to.
I just thought it would be funny to wind you up by wearing this hat.
No, it's fair. I
usually don't wear hats at all, really.
I try and wear a hat most of the time. My hair's getting out of control though. Like it's getting pretty long.
It's wild.
Or if I do wear a hat, it's like a real dorky sort of wide brim arrangement because of this pasty skin that I've got. Go for function, not for looks.
Not knowing who Michael Jordan is. The Bulls do
Michael
still
B. Jordan. Wasn't he in Black Panther? Michael B. Jordan?
Oh yeah, he's in that new. He's in another movie coming up as well. Why would you do that? Why would you name your son? I suppose. I don't know.
For that reason.
Oh, this guy keeps coming back.
Just a fly?
Oh, it's either a fly or a wasp. Might be one of those wasps.
I had one and it went the hell out of me this morning. So, what do you reckon the chances Thirsty Rabbit's going to turn up?
0.
Oh well.
Because I went to sleep and woke up, and he was still awake.
Yeah. We've hit 2 hours. I'm free to keep chatting. If anyone else wants to jump up and say hey as well, you can join us, or if we need to wrap it up, I don't know. If you guys are free.
Scotty Backer and Ginger going backwards and forwards about the auction the other day. And yeah, it's definitely a wise thing to do was to remove the auctioneer status from myself and allow someone capable to take over, because as has quite clearly been pointed out to me now on multiple occasions by multiple people, I kind of stuffed up that auction a bit, and that we could have got more money and rah. But essentially, we got, nice amounts of money, and nice people got nice art, and some of the stuff ups that I caused to happen, we are endeavouring to rectify to the best of our abilities, and I still apologise for those.
What happened? Because you were talking, and then I had to go in and do an appointment and came back, and I was listening the whole way home, and you said, sorry about that before, and I'm like, what actually happened?
I was because the internets and whatnot, there's a little bit of a delay and stuff, and I was potentially prematurely ending auctions when they would have kept going, because early on in the piece, some of the numbers that were coming through were honestly quite scary, and if they went any higher, I probably or potentially would have broken down in tears on the screen and stuff. And no
Yeah.
one wants
Yeah.
Blackie crying on TV, even though they've probably
It's a
seen
tough one, isn't it? Because I remember one of them when you're like, look, I'm honoured that it got this much of a bid, pretty much, so I'm going to end it there. And then a bigger bid comes in. It's kind of like you feel bad for the other person, but also like you want to do the good thing as well. So tough
it's hard,
spot to be in.
It's hard dancing between being a decent human being and being a not so decent human being. G'day, Rockford, how are you, mate?
Hey, what up?
G'day.
I'll show you. This is long hair.
I was just going to say, Rockford and Josh have almost matching hair.
This time of year, I grow my beard out. I don't cut my hair at all. It's extra warm.
Luckily for my sake, Blackie, we don't have matching hair. I reckon I've got a little bit more. But you've got me beat. You've got me beat down here.
Oh, I'm considerably older than you, so you might hit you soon to be able to grow a beard, lad.
In my defence, I'm only 12.
You might need to swap Rockford and Blake around, Josh, because I'm really finding it difficult to tell you guys apart. Oh no, hang on, Josh is the one with the hat on, right? Yeah.
I'm the one with the beard. Here, hold on. Let me point it out.
That is a serious beard. Kendall, absolutely. What? Yeah, I'll touch base with you, Kendall, because I'd love to do that.
Let us know, Ginger. We'll if there's one on the website that you want and you want to save it for later, we'll definitely put that aside for you and take it down off the site, Ginger. By all means, email Sarah and let her know, and we'll make that happen for you, love.
So what's the go with those? When are you sending them out, or you wait till all the money, like everyone's paid, and then send it all out? Or
well, at the moment, we still have got to mount some of them onto the black stuff, which is quite a harrowing experience because we've got to cut all of the foam core shape and stuff. So if there is anyone who got any of the pictures that weren't mounted on the foam core, that don't necessarily care to have it mounted on the foam core, but let us know, because we're quite happy to avoid that part of the process. It's quite stressful and difficult to do, but clearly it can be advantageous to have stuff mounted on the foam core for framing. But if you've got your own ideas for framing and stuff, let us know. But essentially, I did say to everyone that the pieces will be mounted on foam core, so I do feel that we kind of have to honour that and get the stuff mounted on foam core. So that is part of our delay with shipping, is getting the remaining pictures mounted on the foam core board stuff and then packaging everything up. But we do have everything sorted out and arranged into packaging piles, or sorted into how they've got to be wrapped, and then we just got to mount those pictures and get them wrapped and safe for shipping out to Jess and Bob. Feast beast. And
that's good. I'm excited. I can't wait to get mine.
Well, do you want to just wait, Josh? Do you want us to just bring it, or do you want us to post it?
Could you hear Sarah there, Josh? I know the microphone's not pointed at her.
Oh no, I was like trying to figure out who was talking and where it was coming from.
Yeah. Sarah just turned up.
Hey Sarah, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, she said if you want us to post yours down to you, or if you'd like us just to bring it to Melbourne when we come down.
No, I think just bring it. I mean, what you're going to be? It's only like 5 weeks. In 5 weeks' time, I'm probably going to be hungover going, why aren't we going to the second day? The underwater pit. No. I can wait. And I think it might be a bit safer. I feel like it'll be safer if you just pack it.
Let's fingers cross that one. Until I tell you face to face just before. What Ginger said.
Well, considering I've been sitting in the driveway at my in-laws' house for an hour and a half, I should probably go inside. So I'm going to do what I do best and hop out.
No worries, Blake. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks
Have
for
a
having
good
me.
one.
Enjoy the rest of your Saturday/Sunday. See you guys.
Be good.
Yeah. Rockford, how are you?
Same old, same old. I was just about to say, the driveway is probably the best place at the in-laws house.
Harry and Peppy Plant have gone to the my in-laws now because Harry's staying there, school holidays. So they're all going out for lunch, and it's really bizarre now that people I know go, "Oh no, Josh is doing a stream on YouTube." Like, whereas a year ago, if I said I was going to do that, they'd just go, "Are you kidding me? No, we're going to go do this." So it's cool that they give me this time. Jess got to run. Okay, bye. Thank you. I wanted to. She's going to be gone, so she won't even hear me say it. But Jess does a lot for a lot of the channels. She's worked behind the scenes on trying to help me with some things. She's already helping Dr. Black and Sarah with the postage. I know she drove a long way. Was it with Holly? To pick up some fish and stuff, and she donated a pond to Oddball Aquatics. Like, can't think of many people in the fish fam that have done more for other people than Jess. So I just wanted to acknowledge it because I was thinking it, and it's nice to say nice things about nice people.
Indeed. And sorry, I had to mute my microphone for a second, but see you, Jess. Love your work. You're a top bloke. Rockford's going off at someone. Someone's in trouble.
Uh-oh.
The dog.
The dog.
Right, okay.
He was a very bad boy that wouldn't go poop when it was time to go out after eating. And it's like 40 mile-an-hour winds out there with wind chills down below zero, and I'm like, I'm not playing this game. You're going now.
God. My dogs, they're always outside.
See, mine can't do that. Because if it sees another dog, it'll just rip them apart.
I see where that could be a problem.
I'm sorry?
I can see where that could be a problem.
Yeah, I got to watch him around kids, and although I don't have any problem, I don't think he would ever go after a person, but just to be on the safe side, I got to watch him around kids. When the stupid kids are playing out in the yard and stuff, it's like, go play in your yard. Why are you playing in my yard?
Yeah.
You don't even live in this building. Go back across the street. Go to your house.
Mine's just a little Jack Russell, and he seems to have an affinity with biting the shit out of small children. So yeah, we have to be quite careful with him around small children.
Small dogs are like that, though, I found.
Yeah.
Small dogs are nippy. I'd rather get bit by a big dog than a small dog, because a big dog, they'll go, where a small dog, they'll be.
Yeah, true that.
Michael Popplewell, hello. How are you?
G'day, another Michael in the house. You can never have enough Michaels.
I did an appointment yesterday, and I was following the guy, and he had this border collie. And I don't know if I've spoken about this. I may have said it before, but when I get nervous around dogs is when the owner's getting nervous. Like, I walked in, and he's like, "Oh, we're going to do this, going to do that," and then he's like, this dog just barks and just bolts towards me, and I didn't even know there was a dog in there. He's like, "Oh, are you okay with dogs? Is it all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's okay. It's fine." Comes over, has a sniff, all good. And then he's like, "All right." And then I said, "I need to go outside and see where we're going to put the outdoor unit." And we're walking around. And he's like, "Just come around here." And every time I tried to follow him into the backyard, the dog nipped my hand, and then I take another step, and then it nipped my leg, and then nipped my knee, and I was like, "Your dog's nipping at me," and he's like, "No, it's not." Yeah, it is. And I was kind of like, it was a small border collie too, and I was a little bit like, if it tries something on me, I've got it covered, as in I can just grab it and pull it away. It's not going to overpower me or anything like that. So I wasn't too scared, but I was a bit annoyed about it because I'm like, that attitude of going, "Nah, it's not. It's fine." You go, it's going to do that to a kid one day, and if it bites a bit hard, it traumatizes the kid.
Yeah, that's just a careless owner, isn't it? I mean, a border
You're looking at one of the only people in the world that has been attacked by a fire department dog.
What's a bite? A Dalmatian.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Years ago, I was into taking pictures of fire engines.
Yeah.
So I go to the different fire departments, have them pull them out and take pictures of them and stuff. They had Dalmatian. That damn Dalmatian snipped at me like 3 or 4 times when I was in that building.
Yeah. That's weird. It's either they must feel like there's a threat. You're too close, because that's what was happening. He was going near his kennel. So he was like, "I don't want you in near the kennel." You could see it was freaking out. But I heard Dalmatians are a dangerous dog.
Yeah, they've been bred so much, their brains have gotten smaller or less effective or something. Same thing with collies.
Wonder, and this might sound silly, but I wonder if you blame that on the 101 Dalmatian movie, that then all of a sudden they became high demand, and maybe they got interbred or something. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the thing, but yeah.
I don't know, but my assumption was that, I mean, this was literally in a Chicago fire department, and it was a Dalmatian that they had in the station. So I don't know if the fire stations only use Dalmatians or if they use multiple different dogs.
Yeah. Interesting. When is the UFC on?
It's already started.
Ah.
The early prelims are already finished.
The actual fight's at 2:00, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
So
we should be well past the prelims by now.
I'm polling everyone I know. A 50-gallon lowboy aquarium is a 40-inch stand too tall.
Sorry, I've got we're metric down here, so I'm trying to figure out what that is. So a 50-gallon low boy aquarium.
Yeah, it's one of those Zoom Med frag tanks.
We're both lost.
101.6 centimeters.
My brain's just like, okay, well, this is 55 gallons over here, but it's not a low boy. So
100 centimeters, so it's 3.5 feet, roughly.
A low boy is roughly the same length as a 55-gallon, double the width, and only less than a foot tall.
So why is the height of your stand in question?
Yeah.
I'm just honestly, when I'm standing, I'd like the tank, head height, but everyone's saying that's too high.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm going to be making a stand out for it.
What do you mean your tank head height? Like, these are all my tanks these are the highest tanks I've got. The other ones are all the top of the tank's about that on me, and I'm 7 foot tall.
So you want
to? When I'm standing, I was actually thinking, of having the tank like here, so you don't have to bend down to look into the tank.
So what's 50 inches total?
I don't see a problem with being too high, unless because obviously you're going to have issues with the center of gravity being quite high, but you're only going to experience that drama if it gets bumped and stuff, and then it's obviously going to be quite easy to topple. So potentially a good way around that would be some L brackets at the feet and bolt it to the floor so it can't topple, something like that maybe.
Well, yeah. The fact that it's 2 feet wide and 4 feet long, and the fact that the legs are going to be double 2x4. So it's going to be roughly a 4x4
Yeah.
surface area on the floor.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about the haters. Just do it. It's what you want to do. It's going to look good at eye level.
Yeah, I needed a tank to have. I needed a new tank for grow out, and I was looking at a 55 or the 50 low boy, except the 55 doesn't fit in my car.
This is one of those occasions where I know you're American and I'm Australian, and we both speak English, but I have no idea what's going on right now. I'm trying to think. I can't even picture it.
Math real quick, Josh.
Well, what's 50 inches? 50 inches is like, instead of saying 50 inches, is that 5 foot?
No, it's
No, 4 foot.
2 inches.
Yeah, 4 foot and 2 inches. So how many meters is that? That's 1.3 meters tall.
4 foot is 120 centimeters. So let's say 125 centimeters.
125. That's pretty high for a. Yeah, that's really tall. And then that is going to be there. It'll look good. Show us. You do it. Oh God. Only too high to be able to maintain. That's a good point too. If it's not so much always about the level, it's about how you can get in and fix it. I've got this cavity in one of our walls. It's just a big square you can see through, and we're going to put like a blind in there, but everyone's like, you should put a fish tank in there. I'm like, I couldn't clean that. Like, it's only like this wide and it would be like that tall. I wouldn't be able to clean it, and it's up high. Am I into the NBA Sicklers 23? No, but I'll try and watch the 76ers if they're on, because follow Ben Simmons a bit. And I'll probably watch the finals, but that's probably it. Everyone over here that loves NBA just loves the players. So I've laughed at my mate the other day because he had a Celtics top on, and then the next day at time I saw him, he had a Lakers cap, and I'm like, what the hell? And he laughed and he loved it. And he was like, yeah, and I've got a Philadelphia had it well or something. They just love watching the good players, so they don't really, and because they shift so much, it kind of sucks. You go, all right, I'm going to be a 76ers fan, and then Ben Simmons signs with someone else, and you go, oh, I don't really like watching them anymore.
Oh, ADD topic change. I got something. Hold on. Dr. Blackie was saying that he can't tell us apart. Hold on.
He's going to put a 49ers hat on, I reckon. It's a seasonal 49ers hat.
Oh, wait, no, I got to wear it backwards. Hold on, here we go. I got to wear it backwards.
I like how you just had that laying around for easy access.
Oh, it's just in a drawer.
I think I've got one over here. I just can't see it. I was going to put it on if I could see it.
I have nothing available that I can wear as a hat.
24 by 48 by 10. Who you got, Connor or Cowboy? I don't know.
There you go.
McGregor is a bum. Whoa. Hey, Joe Coffey, you look different and sound different.
Now go, Luke. I am your father.
Is that a basket?
Yeah.
Are you trying to do Darth Vader?
I've heard of having your mind in the gutter, but never in a garbage can.
Well, I prefer to call this a multi-purpose basket.
Actually, this is nice and warm, man. I should wear this outside. Holy cow.
Oh, I couldn't leave that on much longer. It was forcing my moustache hairs straight up my nose.
Blackie is a basket case. That is correct.
Never a finer truth has been told. It's even got ribbons. I can tie a yellow ribbon around my neck.
Is anyone else a bit weirded out by the second Joe Coffey?
Oh, surely it's a different human.
I sound different. Is the echo back? Dang it. No, you sound different to read. That's what I said.
And see what I was saying earlier about, Sarah not liking me in any hat, and like Candy said, but she likes me in hats that she provides for me. No, she doesn't. She doesn't like me.
Is that Monsters Inc?
I don't know. What is this hat?
Yeah.
Some moon hat thing? Moon cat. It's got little catty ears. It's like a man with nips.
Candy saying yes. I'm assuming that's yes, it is Monsters Inc. What's his name? The little green dude, but it's a black hat. That's cool.
No, it's not.
Definitely
Not Monsters Inc. And are you thinking of Mike Wachowski?
Yes. How do you know that?
Wait, what's that? What was the little girl?
Oh, I like this one. I don't know her name. Oh, Boo. Didn't they just call her Boo?
Because didn't she wear a hat with ears on it at one point? And didn't she have like the ponytails to begin with?
Yeah, I remember the ponytails, but I don't remember the hat. I like this one. Keeping this.
Oh, there you go, Gryffindor.
How do I make the doodle stick up on it though? I like it that way.
You need to put a stick up there so it sticks up.
I just need to grow a little section of my hair really long and gel it up. Interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, someone else said that was it Rockford that you were saying before that you're they certainly fit on my skull. They do look awesome though, but I love this one. Voice. Yeah, it was you, Rockford, wasn't it, saying before that your YouTube account had been automatically switched somehow?
Yeah, because when I first commented that I was doing laundry, that was on Rockford Fish Keeping, right?
Yeah.
I got done with my laundry, and I wrote back that I was back, and it was at my normal account. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, well, that's the same thing that's just happened to Joe Coffey. And Denny's Fish Tanks has made it. G'day, Denny.
I love that hat.
Me too. Oh, yours or mine?
Yours and mine. Crikey.
For some strange reason, I feel that I should have that hat.
That's why I'm thinking, and I feel like I just want to say, "G'day, you mob."
Hats are overrated.
Hang on.
Not when you have a fro like this.
Yeah, you don't know. You've got a built-in hat already.
Yeah, I mean, this is driving me crazy because usually in the summer I keep my hair like yours. I literally just buzz it.
Low maintenance is tops.
But looking like this does come with some advantages. No one bothers you. Every once in a while you get yelled at. You get yelled at that you're a terrorist.
Well, they say, stop hanging around the front of my liquor store, you homeless bum.
Yeah, pretty. Well, no, because the place I go to, it's like a cigarette liquor store, and I think they give me every once in a while I'm like 50, 60 cents short for a pack of smokes. I'll get you later today when I get back here. They have no problem doing it. And the only thing I could think of is they think I'm one of them. Maybe, I don't know.
Zen Ginger, I was just trying to think. So if you'd start, you'd just be like, "All right, I'm going to give it a go." G'day, you mob. Thanks for stopping by. Who have we got here? Oh, Edgar. Edgar's doing laundry. What does that taste like, Edgar?
I did half my laundry. I got half my laundry done, so that's a good thing.
No, I should have done it. Now I could be lucky. I feel like.
So, have you been following the news of the United States? Supposedly in Canada, or not Canada, California, they're doing a new law. You can only use 50 gallons of water a day.
Really?
Yeah.
But fish
So-
tanks are exempt, aren't they?
Well, my thinking was if you wanted to take a shower and do laundry in the same day, you're screwed because you don't get to drink anymore. But what would a pet shop in California do?
They'd probably have to buy their own water in, so they're not using town water, I guess.
That
But
could
that's
work.
what you get for building a city in a bloody desert, isn't it?
You know what?
Or the state, the whole state's desert, isn't it? Pretty much.
Any town that you have to have an app to show you what streets not to go down because they're called brown streets because there's so much poop, human feces on the streets because they're pooping on the streets now, is not one I want to go to visit.
Who's pooping on the streets?
California.
Aquaman
They
has
actually, California, I think it's LA that has an app to tell you what streets not to go down because the people use them for poop streets.
I've heard Joe Rogan mention it before about people shitting on the streets.
America's like, that's a first world country, yeah?
If it's up to some of these people in the government, I'm sure they're going to try to turn it into a fourth world country.
That's ridiculous.
Ultimately, I guess it depends on which street you walk down.
Rumble says he uses 1,600 liters a day.
I assume he's spelling that for the Americans so they know what word he's using.
What's 1,600
Hey.
liters?
Trust me, I'm a firm believer in liters.
Can I get a liter?
That's the only thing in metric, or the only three things in metric I know is a 2-liter bottle, 10 centimeters is 4 inches, and minus 0 degrees Celsius minus 40 degrees Celsius and minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit are the same.
Same. Interesting. Hello, Priscilla. How are you?
I think that's 400 gallons. God.
Divided by 3.8.
Why are you laughing at me?
It's just interesting.
Because you look
how
like Mary Poppins now.
appear off camera and come back with a new hat every time. This stream will forever now be known as the wear a new hat every time you come on camera stream.
It could be like a stick. Nah, I've run out of hats. Mary Poppins, I don't have an umbrella. I need an umbrella.
I thought she wore
You're
it on
Australian. You don't have umbrellas.
What?
Yeah, you just have, we'll just call it a stick. Like a walking stick. Or a spatula. There you go. Australia, they have the hat and a spatula, not a hat and an umbrella.
Spatula.
I'm intrigued. Oh, thank goodness for that breeze that's just picked up. I was getting quite warm and sweaty. Josh's dress-up corner, indeed.
Nah, don't have an umbrella or a spatula.
Sandy Creek Aquatics. I have no clue. The last time I knew anything about Louisiana was when the levees broke. And yeah, it was pretty bad then. I don't know how it is now. Maybe it's the same way.
I don't know about anything about Louisiana either. It's pretty bad around New Orleans, Louisiana. I would love to visit New Orleans, but Jess said don't go there. It's dangerous.
Does that one have a tag on it still?
I'm guessing that he just turned that red one inside out.
Oh, it's fluffy on this side and it's not on that side.
Oh,
Sprung.
wow! It's like those jackets that you can turn it inside out, and they're a different pattern. They actually had a name for those back in the 90s.
Reversible jackets.
In essence, yes, but it was like a company name.
That was like New Kids on the Block, yeah? I'm trying to do it with a straight face, but you laughing kills me.
I can't help it. It's like I'm really absolutely love a laboured joke, and you're really appealing to my senses here by labouring this joke.
Oh god!
I select
Just remember, guys, Aquamate, mainly you can turn your hats inside out, but it doesn't work so well with underwear.
I'd have to be wearing some.
Isn't that you get that 4 days out of one pair of underpants because you've got frontwards, backwards, inside out, frontwards, and inside out, backwards. 4 days.
No, you just wear them until when you take them off, they can stand up by themselves.
Select Pet, how are you? Gosh. Has anyone got the actual UFC fight on? We can put you up on the screen and we can all watch it. Because I don't. It's like $50 to get the fight down here.
The last
Good
of the prelims is about to start. The Roxanne Modafferi versus Macy Barber. I'll be back in a tick.
He's going to get another hat, I bet you. God. Aussies don't use underpants, they use spatulas. What do you spatulas are egg flippers, aren't they?
Well, hey, if you get stuck, you need that spatula.
Yeah, that'd be a bit weird. Oh, God.
I had to do that to a dog once.
Sorry?
I had to do that to a dog once. He got frozen. It was in the middle of winter, and it was raining. And his tail and everything was stuck to the thing. I had to spatula his tail off the deck and everything. Then he ran away. He didn't even say thank you.
Ow.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get a drink of water. I'll be one sec.
I don't think we have gone to the point of a hard left turn yet, Candy. I'm sure this could get a lot worse. You know what I just realized Facebook needs to do? On top of their fixing the top chat and live chat, they need to make it so you have two different settings for the chat. You know, regular and like old person, to where everything's bigger.
Yeah, you can't change the size. Oh, hang on. Settings. Manage moderators. Ooh. Oh, you can toggle timestamps. I've never done that.
But I don't think that makes the text bigger. No,
it doesn't. Participants. Hey, that's a good idea. You can do. Oh, no, it doesn't give you everybody. So there's 33 people here, and it only shows me like 10 of the participants. Well, then you could send feedback. You could say, "Hey, I can't read the chat." Oh, you could do pop-out chat. Oh,
well,
I never thought about that.
How do I do it?
And that's a good idea. Give me this for a second. You go here. And then go pop out chat. And then I can replace the StreamYard chat with YouTube chat.
And I the only reason I use the computer too is because my phone screen is just too small, you know, to see the picture. I'm literally, you're looking up my nose and stuff. So
we're looking up your nose. No.
Yeah, because to see the screen, I'd have to be like this.
No. All right. Anything you wanted to cover? We've been going for like 2.5 hours, and I'm not made of hats, so I don't know what Dr. Black's and what's going. Is that noise behind you, or is that Dr. Black's?
I don't have any noise over here that I know of. I'll mute my audio.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, that sounded like a lawnmower having the shits.
Sounds like a V8 supercar.
Oh, hell no. That sounded like a rice burner. That was a 4 or 6 cylinder.
That's probably what it is. Probably Blackie's son's popped up. I think he's got like a Skyline or something like that.
Mm.
Alien World Aquatics. Welcome, Scott. What's going on over here?
Yeah, see, someone else said that. Sounds like a car with a fart can going down the street.
What's a fart can?
Well, that's what we call them here. I've heard that term. When you get like a Honda Civic and you replace the muffler with one of those like big, they're literally this big around right at the back, and they make it sound like what that car sounded like. They call them fart cans because they just make the car sound like crap, I think.
It was a motorbike. Oh, nice hat.
Thank you.
Some kid in
That's what we were talking about. We're trying to figure out what the hell that noise was.
Yeah, I could hear the chat. I was actually wondering when he started screaming down the hill whether the sound would come through the microphone,
Or if you'd hear a bang.
I thought that it must be a reasonably new bike because quite often over the last couple of weeks, that kid comes screaming down the hill, and then along the front of Sarah's house is quite a decent straight for about 200 meters, and he just gives it some down that straight.
Looks like Pam. Pam's still here. I was just reading your message that you sent. I reckon that would be really cool if Pam does her normal stream, as she always does, and Blake can jump on after. So when there's people that are like want to keep chatting, know that Blake comes after Pam, and he's happy to do sort of a floating thing as well. He said, Pam. So like, if you just want to keep going, he can just sit there and wait until you stop and then start.
Hey,
Seven.
Alien World Aquatics. How are you, brother? I don't know if it's Mick Doohan, but I like your reference. That's like a vintage motorcycling reference. Well done, C23.
I was actually on all of that as well. I was watching Alien World Aquatics this morning, which is, it was early our time, so it was like 8 o'clock. I think they went live. Who streams before us?
Today.
Anyone in particular?
If your car doesn't sound like this while it passes, it's not worth it.
What I was thinking, Alien World, I don't know what times work with you or what not. That would be kind of cool to push a bit closer to this, we're 3 hours after the time we started today. And then next week, King and Queen cichlids go at that time. And then the next week we go. So like, it might be cool if you sort of, up to you. Obviously streaming's got to work for you guys, but who knows, if it gets closer together, it might work in your favor, or I don't know. Suggestions.
Yeah. I woke up this morning and the first notification I saw on my phone was Alien World Aquatics live stream, and I clicked on it and it was already over. And I think that's the second week in a row that's happened. I've either not gonna have to not drink so much on Saturday nights and stay up streaming all night, or I'm going to have to set an alarm or something for Sunday mornings.
Well, that's one of the good things with doing it every second Saturday as well. A bit of normality.
So you're saying only drink a hell of a lot every second weekend?
No, just power through it every second weekend. Scott, well, yeah. So Scott's keen. Candy, does anyone go after? I'm trying to think. Where's that thing? A Fish Room Fever website, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Fish Room Fever. .com. Why do I come up on these Fish Room? I write Fish Room Fever and my thing comes up on Google.
There's only 2 of us listed on his site on Saturday nights, Alien World Aquatics and then Aquamate / King Coin Cichlids.
Well, I reckon we should make that a thing.
Well, that's entirely up to Scott, I guess.
It is. And Paige. We could do even maybe we do like a crossover one where it's all of us. Fish Room Fever. All right.
I think that would be a scary thing.
What was the little black and yellow stripe thing?
The last tank I was doing, those were clown killies.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Before that was the Litholili fry with the parents, and then the newest betta, the lavender butterfly, half moon double tail.
That was pretty too.
Amateur aquatics. If I start streaming, I'm going to just have to do it whenever there's too many people streaming, or worry about if someone else is on. Yeah, you definitely do whatever works for you. It's just if there's a time, then people know and then come back. When we first did the DrThirstyMate, there wasn't many people that came, but as it was going every week, then people started to recognize it, and now we have 36 people that are insane sitting here for 2 hours and 43 minutes. But it's good fun. It's good. It's easy for people to catch you, I suppose, and the other people, other channels that you like to have a chat with. Oh, that slammed the door. Blackie, what's on for the rest of the day?
Well, what?
What are you up to for the rest of the day?
Probably swimming in the pool. Couple of bevos, maybe. And we're going to try and, I guess, essentially get as many of these other pictures mounted as possible so we can get onto this, get stuff shipped.
Get it all sent over. I've got to do chores.
Is Ginger Grave still here too? I meant to say to Ginger to drop Sarah an email so we can dialogue about that picture that she was talking about before. I'm not sure if she left or not.
Joe Coffee. Wrestling Crocs. The only Crocs I wrestle. Well, you might do once or twice. I've got to jet wash the driveway. Yuck. Boring.
Oh, I find that stuff fun. You mean
make
like a pressure cleaner?
So I'll be standing there going, and these flies will be all over me, and I'll just be like, and go back inside. Nah, it'll be right.
My old man got a pressure cleaner, and it's got one of those round nozzles. Have you seen them? Have you got
I've got one of those.
Yeah, they do awesome work. Actually, I was a bit dubious how that it would take too much sitting on one spot to do it, but they churn through it just as good as the little triangle pointed water bits.
when my parents got their pressure washer, probably 15 years ago now, I went and they were I don't know where the heck they were, but I pulled it out and pressure washed the entire driveway and the stairs leading up to the front door. It was the first time it's ever been done to the house. The house was built in the 60s. My dad comes home, looks at it, goes, I don't like it. Make it gray again. I don't like it white. And I'm like, dude, I can't make it dirty.
It's a very dramatic comparison when all you're used to is seeing the moldy concrete, and then all of a sudden it's a bright, shiny white concrete.
This, I thought it was only for decks, though.
It looks very similar to the one that I've got, and yeah, it goes great on concrete.
Does yours look like that?
No, mine was I used the flat nozzle. I was bent over at the waist the whole damn, I had the nozzle maybe 2 or 3 inches away from this concrete. If I'm cleaning something, I'm gonna do it, totally clean.
You might as well. You're gonna put the effort in. You might as well make it work. My old man wants me to do his roof, his shed roof and the house roof with it. That's going to be a mission, getting the bloody machine up on the roof and not falling off.
No roof action. And my parents has a raised ranch. Ain't getting that high up. Nope. I can take the fall off of a single-story building, not a raised ranch though.
Like how raised? Is it like a single story but on like 5-foot stilts or something?
No, the first floor is half covered with dirt. So roughly, depending on where you are in the house, anywhere from 1.5 stories to roughly 2 stories.
Right, yeah. No one wants to fall from that. That's going to leave a mark on the ground.
Yeah, usually a red one. Along with your foot being up by your head facing the wrong direction.
So I'll just show. I think I am entertaining myself, but I did want to do something actually seriously about this one. This is Red Dust. They're an organization that Peppy Plant took part with a couple of years ago, and I just want to I'll show you something here. Share Red Dust. So a couple of years ago, my wife, she runs swim schools, and she was flown out to the Northern Territory with this group here to help remote Indigenous communities. Red Dust mission is working together to enrich lives, improve health, and strengthen the future of Indigenous youth and families. We achieve this by delivering innovative health promotion programs and community developments projects in partnership with remote communities where they work. So she went down here, Kintore. So the Northern Territory, like where the mouse is right here, that's the smack bang the middle of Australia. So she went to Kintore. And you can see a little bit of a thing here. So she would have been one of the role models that went out there and worked with the kids for, I think she was there for 2 weeks, helping them to learn how to swim, but more importantly, just sort of getting involved in the community and helping out. And like the moment that she got there, bang, she just have like 10 kids just attached to her, like literally pulling at her. And they wanted just to be around her and everyone else that went there. But you can see they've touched 1,709 youth and community members, and they work in all these different areas. But I just thought they don't get a lot of recognition. I don't know. Have you ever heard of them, Dr. Black?
I have not.
Yeah, so I just thought it was something I'd share. And I just saw the hat being silly and thought, hey, I'll share that with you guys.
I do have a question. Where are you in relation to the forest, the koala fires?
Blackie's closer than me. How close is the closest fire to you?
The closest massive ones are potentially down the south end of New South Wales, so probably bang smack in the middle of us, Aquamate. Probably 1,000 k's from me and 1,000 k's from you, but there were some pretty serious ones around near where Thirsty Rabbit lives, which is about 600 k's from me.
Yeah, that's right. And there's some of those fires would be maybe 300 kilometers away from me. So I'm lucky. Where I live, there were big fires in the last decade. And it's one thing with bushfires is usually you'll get them somewhere else next time, like the next season or whatever, because it takes a while for everything to grow back and then burn out again. So I think we're lucky at the moment, but it's still fire season only really sort of just started. So we'll see what happens.
I don't know if they're making a big deal about it down there, but man, it's everywhere up here in the U.S.
Well, it's certainly helped up there with some major public figures getting involved, like even Dana White at the UFC press conference for Conor McGregor and Donald Cerrone the other day. He was wearing a bushfire shirt with a red Australia on it with a love heart in the middle of it. So it's certainly awesome that some major figures are getting involved and increasing awareness, I guess. Like everything, you know, when it first starts happening, you get your massive hype, and then people sort of get desensitized to it. So it still occurs in the media for us down here, but you know, it's not necessarily the first item on the news broadcast like it was at first.
It's not an uncommon occurrence, though, is it? Is this like a 1 in a million thing that you guys? I mean, you have fires all over year, right?
We do, but this has certainly been the biggest occurrences of fires for a long time.
They were saying that America sent firefighters over, so there's Americans out there fighting, and then so did France, and France went to the Amazon to help with the fire that was in the Amazon, which I think was like 2 million hectares or something like that. They said to some of the news reporters that was bad, but they'd never ever seen anything like the fires in Australia this time. So like, was it 12 million hectares a couple of weeks ago when we sort of drew some attention towards. We talked about it, I suppose, for the first time. But yeah, for the guys to fly around the world and say they've never seen anything like it, and that's what they do, it's pretty crazy. And most
I was
these
watching
guys are volunteers.
I was watching a YouTube video, and they actually did from ISS, and they showed Australia, and they showed the plume of. I'm like, I mean, you can't really tell at that height.
No, and it's 13 days, I think. We were talking the other day, Dr. Black, 13 days it's taking for the smoke to get all the way around the world and come back to us. And it's just sitting on Melbourne, and we're hundreds of kilometers away from the fires, and it's just smoke in the air. Like the other day, you literally could only see maybe, I don't know, maybe 500 meters, 600 meters, and then it was just too smoky. I tried to do a little video with it, and I tried to show you guys what I could see at my house. There's a mountain there, and it's just covered in smoke. Normally, you can just see the mountain.
You know, when you know, usually when you have a fire, you can tell you're having a fire because you can smell it. From it going all the way around the world, can you still smell the smell, or is it just the haze?
Just the haze. Although the first day it was like, we were like, whoa, this is really bad. And my fire alarm went off in the house. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
And then the next day you could sort of smell it a bit as well. So yeah, it's pretty bad. They had to cancel. They canceled a lot of the horse racing. I heard conflicting reports that they were doing because all the tennis players are over here because they got the Australian Open starting very shortly, and they have like this warm up event at Kooyong, which is another. It's just like another stadium, and I heard one thing say no one was affected by it at all, but I heard 2 or 3 people stop their matches early because they were starting to have trouble breathing and stuff. And air pollution reached levels of hazardous. So from you got poor, very poor, and then hazardous, and it actually got there. Tim Gay's in Melbourne, so he'd know exactly what we're talking about as well.
Plus, Tim went and fought the fires up in New South Wales as well.
Some of the people in the U.S. They're running with this fire story. Oh, it's global warming, and all this blah blah blah. So you better watch out because some of the people might start suing you for ruining the environment.
Tim Gay actually went and fought the fires, so thank you, Tim. He went to the ones down in Melbourne. And how are they, Tim? Like we were saying that it's sort of gone a bit quiet. Is there the rain? Did the rain help? Is it the worst of it over, or what are the concerns now? Hey, Joseph, how are you? I watched that video of LRBs this morning where you guys went out. Those creeks, the crystal clear water, all the plants and stuff. You live in paradise. It was amazing. And I actually sent a message to Lucas just saying, you've inspired me. I'm going away this week and I'm going to take a little nano tank and try and do the same sort of thing to see what I could do in a completely different country, in a different environment. The only problem is the water's always dirty in the Murray, so we'll see what we can do. But
yeah, that rain has been useful.
Still there, but getting better and being controlled. Chevy Fish, I heard that too, Aquamate. There is a pic of a guy doubled over on the internet. Heard what? I've gone blank.
I could think of a lot of things that would double a person over on the internet.
My burps.
How many are we up to?
They stopped counting for some reason.
There you go. Kiwi Mamo, hello. I don't know if I said hello to you when I saw you. Your smoke is here too. I'm at the bottom of New Zealand. Sky is hazy. Can smell the smoke and taste is in the water as well. Thanks, Aussies, for sharing.
Kia ora, Kiwi.
Now, a couple weeks ago, they were reporting that koalas might be extinct now because of this fire.
They're being further danger. Yeah, those koalas where I'm going. So I'm really hoping that I can see them there because I usually do when I go there, and they're well away from the fires. But if a fire went through where we're going, yeah.
Because I was watching a video that ladies taking water and dumping it on the koala, and you hear it sizzling.
Yeah.
I mean, it was being burned. Its hair was kind of burned and stuff. It was like on fire. And my thinking is, every time I see a fire in the United States, you always see the animals running away.
Yep.
Are koalas just stupid?
They got nowhere to run to. They're surrounded by it.
Yeah, they get surrounded by it, and the fires move that quick that gum leaves pop when they are lit on fire. So they sort of pop open, and it sparks, and it's the best fuel for a fire. Dry gum leaves to just go.
So it's almost like a bunch of firecrackers. It sounds like that.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're at the top of these gum trees. The fire's coming. So they can get down and they can run, but they can't run super fast. But the fires that's one of the things. They're just super, super quick. Most of them are under control. There was a post this morning from Vic Emergency State Control Room doing an update on the fires. I saw one of those the other day. I was working and I'm trying to trying to catch the good bits, the informative bits. Candy's going to bed. Good night, Candy. I've got no more hats left. Sorry.
See you, Candy. Thank you.
Koalas run up the tree, and then the tree blows up because the leaves pop.
And
That's
that could be
just
the
a
thing.
stupid animal. I mean, at what point do you say humans won't get involved in nature?
Yeah, well, that's true. We were on a stream with Chappie the other day. I'm tipping Chappie's asleep now because he's got title Chappie Drunk Stream, and then I go click on it, it's like deleted. I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened in that one. And he was back koalas the other day. It's like because their brain is smooth, it's not wrinkled. So, and they think that wrinkles are an indication of how smart an animal is. So, plus they get high eating the eucalyptus. They actually get stoned. So it's kind of like maybe it's just that combination.
Because I've always wanted, let's save the animals and all that stuff. But at a certain point, you got to say, you don't say it's time for them to, go the way of the dodo and stuff like that.
Natural selection take over.
Yeah, natural selection. That's what I was having a blonde moment. But it's just like, at what point does a human say enough is enough?
Well, I guess that's really difficult nowadays because we have so many woke humans on the planet that every life is worth saving no matter what the costs. So
it's also they're like one thing with koalas is and Australian animals can be. I don't know, because I mean, all animals matter, and it doesn't matter what country they're from. But Australian animals are they're unique to Australia. You don't have kangaroos anywhere else. You don't have koalas anywhere else, or echidnas, or wombats. Those sorts of things you kind of go, I don't know. They're an icon. There's nothing like what is the closest thing to a koala? A sloth?
A wombat.
I mean, from what I've seen of a koala, yeah, I'd say a sloth because they're slow as hell.
The koalas can be quick. They drop down and they'll run. Like where I camp, they sleep in the trees above where we're camping. And sometimes you'll see them come down, run off to another tree, and then go up. And usually there'll be one or two of them huddled together as well. And the noises they make... They sound like a feral bush pig or something weird going on.
I mean, here in Northern Illinois, we got. You couldn't shoot them. You couldn't accidentally hit them. You couldn't even if they attack you, you couldn't even defend yourself.
You froze when you said we've got
Canadian geese.
Oh okay. Yeah,
and they're to the point where you walk through a field now, and it's literally just a field of Canadian geese shit.
God.
I mean, stop protecting them. Let's get them out of here. They're rats with wings, and they're vicious. Holy cow! I was in pipe fitting, and there was in the parking lot there was a Canadian geese right in the middle of the parking lot. Made the nest right in the middle. The thing charged at a 200-300 pound man. He literally had to golf club him with an aluminum pipe wrench.
God.
And it still came back for more.
Give me a second. I want to show you guys something pretty funny. I think you guys will like it. 7 News might copyright me or something like that, but it will be funny. All right, so this is an interview that happened with a Scottish news reporter. Let me share this. It's funny. You'll like it. Just yell out if you can't hear it properly.
holding a drop bear. She's got the drop bear suit on.
Oh, this can't be good already.
How you feeling?
So they're getting her suited up to hold a drop bear.
A drop bear?
Yeah, they'll explain it.
The look on dude's face.
That looks like what they have to wear for pit bull training.
Drop bears are a close cousin of the koala, but they're actually really vicious. So it's sort of like a dingo and a normal domestic dog. They're bigger, they've got longer claws. They've actually got really small fangs, and the interesting thing about the fangs is they have a really mild venom. It's not like a snake venom that can make you really sick, but it just a lot of really local irritation. So the third most common injury that we see in tourists in Australia is actually from drop bear attack.
I don't get it. They do all that protection and nothing for the head. The most important part of your body, you know, the thing inside your skull, they don't protect it.
I guess Scottish TV reporters have different set of values to the rest of the planet.
1 second. People are saying they can't hear it.
He's very quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I can barely make it. Some of the words I can't even understand, but I'm getting the gist of it.
Visually, it looks very like a koala.
Yeah, like a wild. So if you look at, I won't come too close, but I'm just going to point. So the difference between this and a normal koala, firstly you can see the size. Then you can see he's got those black hairs that are almost like bristles. They actually come out a lot further from the fur. So they're really, really coarse.
Is that a bit better?
They're cute. I want one for a pet.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I would not have that claw that close to my chin.
Keep them calm. Everybody looks very, very worried about this. I'm trying not to be worried because I'm being told that the sense of being worried. I'm being told that this
So wait a minute, to back up, as that guy is holding his hand up, he has two holes in his hand.
people
Is that from that?
Nah.
have to
This
put on
much.
all of this protection gear because of what it might do to me. I'm not quite sure what it's doing right now. Oh, it's looking at what? Okay. Right. Right. I really want to take it off.
I-10 insurance might not cover it. Do you want to take it off?
Shit. I'm really not
I'm
okay.
going to get the data.
Oh, okay.
Let's have an extra.
Okay.
I'm getting a Faces of Death vibe here.
All right. Good work. Thanks, mate. Let's go. There we go.
You're kidding me!
You look great.
Fucking Aussies. Oh my god, I like totally brought this.
I'm sorry if you couldn't hear it very well. It's the best I could do with it, but I thought you'd all love that.
Did you ever see the video where the dude fought the kangaroo because it was attacking his dog?
Yeah. He go and punch the
Yeah, he literally got up and started like boxing, like put up your dukes type thing.
So that was
You
a
got it.
koala. Drop bears aren't a real thing, but they had her fooled the whole time. So you can see what they're like. They've got big claws, but they're pretty just chilled, just hang on.
How much mileage do you reckon they get out of that suit of armor?
Yeah, true. Hey, Thirsty Rabbit, you're awake.
Thirsty.
It's a little bit better, yeah. Sorry, it was the best I could do, but I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, on that note, I think I've got to go do some chores. Otherwise, I'm not going to get anything done on this Sunday. It's an awesome day. Thank you for joining us. Rockford, thank you. Dr. Black, thank you. Everyone in the chat, thank you. Have a great day. We won't be here next week. I think King and Queen Cichlid should be on at the time 7 o'clock your time, 11 o'clock our time, and we will be back the week after. And hopefully, if Thirsty's not working, he can be there with us too. So enjoy your night, your morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you very much for stopping by. We'll see you.
I do have one thing to say.
Yeah.
5 points to Blackenville.
5 points to Blackenville.
Yeah. Well, I can't say he's not Gryffindor. He
No.
looks like that Harry Potter hat thing.
The sorting hat.
Someone did make reference to my sorting hat before.
All right, yeah, cool. That'd be good, Scotty.
Oh.
Also, just if you're not doing anything now, jump over to HC Aqua's channel, run his playlist, get him some watch time, and do what we do best: support each other. Thank you. See you later.
See you, mob.
Y'all.